Hey, welcome. Thank you so much for joining this live stream. Thank you for watching it on the replay. Happy New Year, because this is like the first live stream that I have done in 2024. How is everyone? What are you guys up to? Is anyone painting as well? Is anyone going to swatch? To be honest, I'm in a bit of two minds as to what I'm going to do. But what I thought would be nice, because there is currently a Roman Schmall sale, I thought it would be helpful to look through some of the swatches that I have done in the past of the Roman Schmall watercolors, and then from there maybe do some extra swatches of any mixes or any colors that anyone wants to have a bit of a closer look at, and maybe a little bit of painting. One of my goals and aims was to be going to bed by midnight, but I've just finished a set of nights, so like still very much nocturnal, and I just really wanted to do live streams. I think more so that we could chat and catch up, and yeah, what better way than a live stream? So hey Terry, hey Derwood, hey Anelli, welcome, welcome. I will leave everything linked down below in the description as usual. And yeah, let's catch up. So I'm painting in your so Terry, you're creating in the art creation sketchbook. I honestly, I really enjoyed that sketchbook. That was what I called my ugly sketchbook. It's the sketchbook that I really just allowed myself to play in, and that was a lot of fun. So I do have one going like almost all the time. I don't like it for painting per se, but I like the freedom that I feel in it because it's such a good price point. Hey, Mrs. Z. Hey, Astroglio. Oh, everyone's here. Sorry, like you need another sketchbook. On like, I'm trying so hard to resist buying another Khadi Fatbook. Um, but I'm just really enjoying it at the moment. So I am contemplating getting another one. We shall see. And I feel like I've made some really good progress in my current one. And I kind of, what I want to do is get another one and dedicate the entire sketchbook to swatching out the Roma Schmall colors. That's what I'm thinking about, because I have 200 of the colors. This has 100 pages. So essentially I'll be able to do like some really nice big swatches and color mixing and experiments in the book. I don't know. I really like that idea. So I feel like I might end up doing that, and that would be a good reason to do that. um just catching up. So Lulabelle, you've also been enjoying the Caddy Fat book. It's definitely like grown in popularity. I know I should go to bed. I know. I will. I'll go to bed so happy after we finish this live stream. Hey Dana. And you've just ordered two fat books. I know I'm in 2 minds. I'm kind of scared it's gonna sell out again, which is why I'm like, I need to decide tonight, tomorrow, whether I'm going to get it. Um, but yeah, it's just nice because it's so thick and you can just mess around in it. And I also like the fact that it's 100% cotton watercolor paper. So if I like do swatches, there'll be like good quality swatches, is what I feel like. Then I know my sleep hygiene resolution. I just finished a set of nights, and and, and it's ruined it. So when I finish this live stream, I'll go to sleep, and then tomorrow's another day, and we try again to improve it. But then I'm also on nights during the week, so it's a whole mess. Uh, then yeah, Lulabelle, they just came back in stock. Because I just checked, it's currently in my cart. Which part of me was like, do I say it in the live stream, or will that mean that everyone will buy it and then it will sell out? Um, and no, I'm here. I'm here, Derwood. Can you not? I'm assuming everyone can see and hear me, but let me know if you're not. Let me start off by just showing you some of the swatches that I've done before. And let me know as well, because I'm quite curious. I tend to with swatching videos, I actually very, very much prefer just seeing the dried swatches. I'm that type of person who like would, if I'm playing a video, maybe for, for the sake of the creator having the watch time, I'll let it play, but I am not interested until the end of the video when the swatches are done. But I know that the swatch videos all have, like, if I could, I would literally just do a swatch video and be like, this is the colors, bam, 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 bam. But I know that people like to see them wet first. But for the sake of you know, of completion, at the moment, Roman Szmal are having there's a sale on Jackson's for the Roman Szmal watercolors. So I thought it would be helpful to just show some swatches. So this swatch here, Terry, I was thinking of you when I dug it out, because these are the colors that are included in the urban sketching set. So it comes with 12 colors, these ones. So it has buff titanium, has quinopthalone yellow, golden ochre or gold ochre, Italian burnt sienna, quinacridone magenta, pyro scarlet, which is PR255, Aquarius green, one of my favorite greens. It has sap green light, blue sky, ultramarine intense, shadow gray, and cypress burnt umber. And you will have seen in my last video that I still have the palette, and in fact made quite a few changes to, not to be honest, not that many. So I kept most of them, but I did add some colors and remove some colors. So I'll just talk through it very, very quickly because I've already made a video and I'll link it down below. But in a nutshell, buff titanium I just find to be a very helpful color for buildings, for beaches, for cliffs, for mixing and kind of desaturating colors a little bit, like making them a bit lighter without making them like chalky. So I like buff titanium and I kept that. Quinopthalone yellow, again, I like it because it feels like a middle yellow, like it will make you nice greens and it'll make you nice oranges. Golden ochre, or gold ochre, I still have, but I don't know if I'm going to keep. I like it because it's like, I like yellow ochres. I like the colors themselves. The reason I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it is because I have quinacridone gold, which is like a richer color. So they are they similar? They're maybe not that similar, but I feel like they're similar enough that I don't necessarily need gold ochre, but it's there for now. Italian burnt sienna I removed in addition for other colors. Quin magenta I love, I've kept, and don't know, can you see? Quin magenta is almost finished. Quin gold almost finished. Quinopthalone yellow almost finished. There's quite a bit of buff titanium left, and to be fair, I've used up quite a bit of the golden ochre as well. Then the pyro scarlet I removed, but that's just personal preference because I don't tend to use the like warm reds quite as much. Then Aquarius green I have and I've refilled. So I finished one half pan and got another one. Sap green light I removed in place for the hookers green because I kind of felt like the sap green light is not sap green enough for me. Then blue sky I have kept and I really, really like, which I was surprised by because it's phthalo blue and white, and I was worried that this would be the one Roman Szmal color that I hate. And I don't. So that was a pleasant surprise. I was worried I wouldn't like it because it has white, so I thought that it would be very chalky. But as you can see, it's not chalky at all. So it's just, as the name implies, a really nice sky blue. Doesn't granulate, and it's not chalky. Then ultramarine intense, good staple color to have in any palette, and as you can see, granulates quite nicely. Shadow gray, funny. I love the color, and I have used quite a lot of it up, but the funny thing is that I thought that I was picking up cypress burnt umber. So I kept using it and using it and using it to mix with my greens, and I really liked the mixes. And then I realized I was actually picking up shadow gray. And then cypress burnt umber deep, again, another color that I have left and I really enjoy. So I've left most of the colors, and this is from the travel, like their travel, no, it's the urban sketching kit. I don't have their travel kit. Don't want to miss your questions. Let me see. Good. Everyone can see and hear me, which is good. And Mrs. Z is going to buy the Khadi Fatbooks while they're in stock. Fair enough. I'll take it as, if they sell out, then I'll take it as my my sign that I should stick with my resolutions and not buy new sketchbooks. If they don't sell out, then I'm buying it and I'm going to like, I feel like if I do buy another Khadi Fatbook, I have to finish it in 2024 to justify having bought it. Okay, so Terry, you like seeing the dried colors because you want to see the color shift. Yeah, me too. I just feel like the finished result is just very it's what I'm actually after, but I appreciate that if you want to see wet to dry color shift, or if you find it relaxing to see, because it is relaxing to just watch the paint, then you might want to see the actual paintings being done. Question, hey Mrs. E. No, my discount code for Jackson's has finished. Which sucks. I didn't know when it would finish. In fact, I had to like put a notice on my community tab to say it because Jackson's emailed me to say tell people to stop using your code, because I think people, like loads of people were using it. So they have stopped it. I've asked them if I can get another one or if we can extend it. They said they will let me know. So they haven't said no, which is positive. But they haven't said yes. I love Queen Magenta too. What did I replace burnt sienna with? I actually don't have a burnt sienna-esque color in my palette. I have. Did I swatch out my palette? Where did I swatch it out in the video? I think I did. I don't have a burnt sienna-esque color. To be honest, it would be a nice color to add back. I feel like, you know, it would, like maybe I would finish the gold ochre and then add burnt sienna instead. But I kind of found that I wasn't using it as much. Where is it? I'm looking for, that's the one thing with the Khadi Fatbook, is I'm looking for where I did stuff. But obviously, because there's so many pages, there's so much back and forth. Okay, here it is. So this is my, oopsie. This is my 2023 palette. So yeah, this is what I mean by, this is the Quin Gold and this is the golden ochre. So I feel like they're similar-esque, but as you can see, I don't really have a burnt sienna color. So that might be a thing that I do. I swap the two out because it is nice. I just found I wasn't using it as much, but that might be something that I replace. And you can see that I love blues. Like I have so many blues. Let me see. The Khadi paper and Roman Szmal are a match made in heaven. I agree. Have you got the impression that some paints look best in some paper brands, and just okay in others? To be honest, I feel like I haven't mixed and matched brands enough to have noticed. The one thing that I can say is that I feel like they sometimes, yeah, I don't feel like I've mixed and matched enough to fully appreciate it. I feel like even student grade paints will look great on 100% cotton watercolor paper. So that much I've noticed. Hey Sharon. Oh, good. I'm glad that it's like it works out time-wise for Australia as well. Mm, you're undecided about these two sets. I don't know the second set. Added Italian burnt sienna to yours. I need to see. I don't know about the second set that you're mentioning. If you have the list of colors and you send it, then we can have a bit of a look and try and help you out. And because I have the mix, well, I don't know if it's the mixing set that you mean, but I'll show you the swatches of what I have. I use Potter's Pink primarily in mixes, rather than on its own, especially if I want to get like the granulation. Although I do love Roman Szmal's pink because it's like Potter's Pink because it's actually pink as opposed to brown, which is what I feel like most Potter's Pinks actually are. So sometimes I use it on its own, but I think because it granulates so heavily, I prefer it in mixes. And Derwood, you'd added Italian burnt sienna to yours. Yeah. So Italian burnt sienna does come with the urban sketching kit. So maybe, I don't know, maybe I will add it back. We shall see. So that's one set that I have. And if you have any questions or any colors that you want to see as I flip through these, then feel free to let me know. This set of swatches is the new Roman Szmal 2023 colors that were released. Hopefully you can see them well. So this is nickel tungsten yellow, azo yellow, and anthraquinone yellow, gamboge hue, and these two I feel like they are very, very similar. So I don't know if someone would actually want both. Bismuth yellow, bismuth orange. I feel like I'm speaking with a lisp. Raspberry red, quin warm red, so quinacridone warm red, quinacridone warm scarlet, perylene vermilion, perylene scarlet, perylene red deep, strontium violet, which granulates wildly, Aquarius violet, beautiful, quite unique color that I haven't seen anywhere else. Phthalo blue, turquoise, royal blue, lapis lazuli, natural umber reddish. I really like this actually. I kind of thought that maybe I'll remove my Cypress burnt umber deep and switch it over for the natural umber reddish because I like the fact that it's a lot more brown. Like next to each other, I feel like you can see that I don't know, the Cypress burnt umber just looks a bit more towards grey, whereas the natural umber reddish looks really nice and warm. I also love the benzimidazole brown. Then we have urban grey, graphite, and velvet black. And then these are just some of the mixes that I had played around with the new sets and some more mixes. I think we did all these in a live stream actually. So trying to make some natural colors. So these were basically doing the mixes that you had suggested at the time. And then we swatched out some different colors. So if you were talking about, Pablo, if you were talking about the mixing set, I don't know if you were meant this set, which is the set of 5 Roman Szmal colors. Because I think even in the bargains video, I kind of did a lot more of the swatches of the colors that you can get from that set, but I don't know the second one that you're referring to. I think I'm just catching up to your messages. Do I have meteorite brown? Yes, probably. Let me see. Manganese. It should be in my third palette. Mycena, yellow ochre. No. Let me just check. Meteorite. I feel like I'm still so new to the hematite. You don't mean hematite, no, meteorite. So new to like the earth colors because I use my first palette and last palette a lot more. Maybe I don't have it. I don't see it on the list. Is it a new color? No, unless someone's seeing it here. I don't think I have it, which is weird because I thought I had all of them. I'm just checking that I've got the spelling right, but I don't think I have any meteorite. If it's a Roman Szmal color, I don't see it on here. I have like hematite, and hematite violet, dark umber, manganese brown, but not that one. Sorry, I don't know how. I thought I had all of them. Don't see it anywhere. And it should be in this palette. I'll take another double check to see if I'd stuck it in the wrong place. I think raspberry red would be a nice addition to the urban sketching palette to add as a middle red. Yep, that's the one thing that I think my palette really is missing, and that is a warm red. So I think that's a really good point. Yeah, I don't know which brown this is. What number is it? Weird question. But I feel like I organized all my colors. This is my swatch book. I organized all of them in based on the numbers, and the numbers come in this bit. So if I know where it is on here, I should be able to find it on mine. But even on here, I don't see it. Is it a new color? I'm really curious about this brown now. I feel like it will look back and then see that it's been staring me right in the face all this time. But yeah, no, I don't. Are you sure? Like, what kind of brown is it? Because this is all the Roman Szmal colors apart from the new 20. Can I? Okay. Shall we start doing some comparisons? Some swatches? And if anyone could solve the mystery of this brown, either tell me the number so that I can try and find it on the brochure, or if you can see it somewhere, let me know. But just to, let me do some 14 mixing colors. And hey, Erica. Good question, Johnny Smar, as well. So question is, should we get the travel palette or the urban sketching palette? I ended up picking the urban sketching palette, but I'm kind of curious. If you send the colors, then we'll be able to swatch them. Because why not? Oh, Terry, I just saw your message. You're thinking about a gallo. Okay, so that's why I can't see it. I was like, I don't know what color that is. It's fine. It's so fine. Don't worry. Mystery solved. It's a brown that A Gallo say is made from meteors. That sounds wild. Okay, so let me start off with the comparison of the blues. And then if in the meantime you just want to see any of the dried swatches, then you let me know, because as you can see, this is a mixing set. This is the new colors. These are the grays and the blacks. The Jane Blundell set. Oops. The greens. And then the 2023 colors and the blues and the yellows. So I should have, I think I have all of them apart from October 2023, because that was just sold out for the longest time. Just so annoying. But I think I don't know if it's back now actually, but I don't even know if I should get it at this time. You know, like when you've waited for something for so long, you're almost like, is it even worth it at this point? So let's do some swatching. So which colors are we starting with first? Let me see. Compare ocean blue with the turquoise colors. Sure. And then we can try and look at the mixing colors. The only issue is always the size of my desk. So with the ocean blue, I think is actually one of my main colors. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's one of my go-to colors. So we have ocean blue here, and also I have a couple of new brushes. This one is the 911 Roman Szmal, and it's interesting because can you see the head of it? So it's mixed, I think. Yeah, no, it is mixed. So it's got, but it's also interesting because it's got some, I guess, natural fiber bristles that are shorter and then some longer ones that are synthetic. So it holds a lot of water, but then I don't know, it's like interesting. So we'll play around with this today and see. It's a lot when you wet it, it's then like that. So it holds a lot of water in the body, but then it also comes to a sharp point that's quite firm. Can you see? So we have, maybe should I use this or yeah, let's use this. So this is ocean blue. And let's do some leaves because why not? And then we can compare it to some other turquoises. I think the key difference that I would say is that the ocean blue granulates and then has like almost like a browny yellowy color come through. So that's why I'm adding quite a bit of water there so that we can see it do its thing as it dries. Then, and ocean blue is made up of PBR 24 and PB 15-3. Then we have turquoise. Which turquoise colors? Which turquoise? Oh, so we have phthalo turquoise, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, fourth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. Okay, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. Hopefully. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So this is then phthalo turquoise, which is PB16. And it is, I mean, both are beautiful, but this shouldn't granulate with the PBR 24, as in like it won't have the little bits of brown and almost like yellowy, like a yellowy brown. It won't have that. Coming through. Whoops, almost instinctively went in the wrong place. And it is darker. It is, I feel like bluer. But it is beautiful. Let me add some more so that we can see. And I'll add plenty of water to it too, just so that we can see how it compares. And I'm going to try, if I miss like a question or something, just repeat it. Maybe put like a question in caps so that I can see it. Next to it, I'll just do a couple of swatches of the colors next to them, just so that you can see in case you're interested. So next to it, we have Cobalt Sea Blue, which is a lighter, beautiful teal looking color. It's PB28. And it does, to me, when I think of turquoise, I think of like these kind of colors. So I don't know if I'm thinking, like, I guess I feel like I think of cobalt turquoise light, those kind of colors. So a lot lighter than the other two. And again, we'll add plenty of water. And then Next to that, we have Cobalt Teal, which is PG50. And I feel like this is greener. I'll also probably granulate a little bit more. But I'm hoping, let me know if you're getting a good view, but hopefully you can see how they all differ. And I guess the other key thing with all of these is to wait for them to dry before we like make our final assessment. Hey, pre-Raphaelite. uh, I'm slightly unsettled by the brush shape. I know I was like confused by it when I got it. I was like, well, why would they do that? But honestly, I think it is just so that I think they're trying to create a brush where you have some firmness and control, but also you have the benefit of it being able to hold more water. Um, hey, Derwood. And okay, Pablo, if it has 14 colors, I may just have to. I don't think I'll be able to swatch all those because they'll be across 3 different palettes. Let me see. Let me look. Mm, so Aquarius Yellow, Natural Sienna Light, Quin Magenta, Ultramarine Blue, Handsome Yellow Medium, Quin Burnt Sienna. Whoops. What did I just do? Whoops. Quin Burnt Sienna, Quin Red, Phthalo Blue, Nickel Azo Yellow, Cypress Pepper. Ooh, we. And also Terry, don't worry, you don't have to apologize. It's fine. I'm catching up on the chat. Pablo, I feel like those will be too many colors to swatch. 36. Indian red, burnt sienna. I feel like those would be too many colors to swatch, but what I can try to do is swatch them not live and then post a picture on the community tab so that we can see them. I feel like looking at the list, it depends on what you would like to, what you tend to like. I hope you guys can hear me fine. Sorry, I'm like backing the mic. I think it depends on what you like creating in particular. I feel like that is what will sway you or should sway you. I'm just looking at the colors to see if there's any in particular that stand out to me. Does anyone have either of those palettes and can shed some light? I know pre-Raphaelite. Yeah, it should be. It definitely should be. Pablo was about to ask you not to swatch it live. It would take too long. I know. I feel bad. It's just because of the way that I've spaced them out. It's across three things. But if there is a particular color, or a particular set of colors that you want me to compare, then that hopefully wouldn't take me too long to do. It's just finding them out. Finding all of them out would literally take me forever because I thought it was the 5 set. And pre-Raphaelite, yes, using the Senalia set can indeed be a goal. It was actually a goal for last year, but life, didn't get round to using it. But hopefully this year I will. We were talking about it on Ko-fi actually. I think Derwood was mentioning it, just being able to use more of our colors. Oh, that's interesting. More of the landscapes. Yeah, I can do more landscapes unless anyone wants to see any particular colors or any particular mixes, because they're thinking about getting them, then yes. Hematites. Yes, I can compare the two hematites. Question is, let me just get my palette. So yeah, if you have color swatching requests, feel free to drop them now or forever hold your peace. And in the meantime, and then after I can do a landscape painting. But yeah, so I think it was David who was talking about using, well, to be honest, I also feel like it's been a general theme for everyone, you know, like the new year makes us all very reflective. So there are 3 hematites. There's hematite violet, hematite, and hematite brown. And they are on 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Also, before I forget, let me write what this was. So, ocean blue, oops, phthalo, turquoise. Tell you now, this is why I have to write them down because otherwise I completely forget. Cobalt sea blue. Sea blue. And then cobalt teal. Yeah, of course I can do all 3. Let me. Shall I swatch them here? I'll swatch them here. So it's on 4, I said, didn't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4. It's funny, like my key system, not the most reliable, but it's worked so far. Hasn't let me down. So let's do some more swatches. So this is, this one is hematite violet, and hopefully you can see that. It's like a nice, it's not quite a warm brown, it's a nice brown. I don't see the violet element. It is made up of PR102 earth pigment. Then we have hematite, which is again made out of PR102. This one's taking a little bit more work to reactivate than the first. It's more orange leaning. They're completely different. I hope you guys can see. It's always funny using a new brush, trying to learn like what shapes they make. This almost reminds me of like a terracotta. Whoops, my bad. I mixed the wrong brown at the bottom. I was like, why is it getting so dark? Let me just wipe that off. It's a good thing I didn't do it from the top. Lifts on the plus side. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is this one. And then yeah, they're super, super bright. And then I have the final one, which is just hematite brown. And again, PR102. It's here. This one seems to be the hardest to re-wet. I almost wonder, do you remember like there was one time that I was swatching some of them and it happened with the earth pigments and it almost felt like there was a film. Like, has any come? Okay, so maybe I'm just being particular. It almost felt like there was a bit of a film over the top of the colors. And it tends to happen, I feel like, with the earth pigments that I just haven't used enough. And then rather than us staying here forever, I normally just need like a firm brush that I can just move around and get rid of that film. And then, oh my, I may have been a bit too vigorous with that. That's weird. Why did that happen? Like, I get that I was pressing hard, but still. Anyway, so now I've ruined this brush. You can see why I switched from my really nice brush to this one. And sometimes what you can do if you do mess up the bristles like this is to add them to like hot water without letting them touch the bottom of the cup. And then hopefully that will restore them to their former glory. So this one is hematite brown. Again, they are all completely different. So I feel like irrespective of the name, if you really loved browns and you wanted to have all three, you would be completely within your right. This is like more orangey. This is like a really granulating, like muddy brown. And this one is a warmer brown. And we shall see if it will granulate. I reckon it will, because it's the same pigment. And that's it. Now, are there any other colors that anyone wants swatched? In particular, any earth colors, because I have the earth palette open, and we will wait and see as they dry, because they will granulate. And I don't know if you can see on the ocean blue that it's already like granulating, and you can see what I mean about it. Although yes, it's got like a turquoise color, I feel like it's more blue. Well, I feel like it's got more let me remove the text for a second. Oopsie. Like, can you see those little specks that almost look green, but actually is like a browny yellow that's poking through? And that's compared it to phthalo turquoise. And then, am I frozen? No, okay. And then cobalt sea blue and cobalt teal. And then you can see this is the hematite violet with the hematite. I really like them, to be fair. And then the hematite brown. They are completely different. All completely different, which I appreciate, because it's almost like a shame when the colors are also so similar. You're more than welcome, Terry. No problem at all. I'm just trying to fix my bristles. I'm not cutting them. Oh, you can't see that I've got scissors in my hand. Fine. Just trying to fix some of the bristles that I bent. And let's see. Oh, hey, Rafa, do I mind swatching out in watercolors? No, I don't mind at all. So I've done some swatches already. I've really been enjoying it. I haven't done it in a few weeks, to be fair, just because I haven't had the time to sit down and do it. But I'm really, really, really enjoying it. I think it's also made me look at my watercolors differently and just like try and think about like, oh, what colors could I make myself? And I'm just going to write the names here. So it's definitely been a fun exercise. Hematite. This is the violet. And just the hematite. Before I put these away, does anyone want any more of the Szmal colors swatched? Hematite, brown. Love all the hematite. I agree, they're beautiful. The left one reminds you of Caput Mortem. Yeah, it has got that kind of vibe. It is, I think Caput Mortem is ironically a little bit more like red. Is the only thing. So this is the label for the Caput Mortem here. So it's just, do I have Caput Mortem? I don't. Where did I put it? I took it out of this palette and I put it in one of my main palettes, but I don't know where. Oh, that's a good question. I wonder what PR102 Szmal is using to replace the PR48 in quinacridone gold hue. Well, they have so many. This is PR102. So I'm going to point to all the ones that are technically PR102s, right? So the Terra Pizzoli, the English Red Light, the Venetian Red, not this one. Yes, the English Red Deep. Not this, not this, not this, not this. The Caput Mortem, not this. All the hematites, as we've just found out. Yeah, so there's so many. Like it's such a range. So I don't know, if I had to put money on it, I'd probably say like it's maybe like the Terra Pizzoli or the English Red Light, like one of these lighter orangey looking colors. No point, you do that all the time, watching a different color. Do you guys like the Quin Burnt Sienna, and is there a hue that you guys like more? That's a good question. Do I have Quin Burnt Sienna? Oh yeah, I do have Quin Burnt Sienna. So Quin Burnt Sienna is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me swatch it for you. Second row, fourth one here. I don't know. I've never really got that. That reactivates wonderfully. I never really got that into earth pigments. But maybe, you never know. That might change because, you know, I'm enjoying painting more landscapes. Wow, that is nice. That is nice. But that to me is not what I was expecting. I mean, this looks like quinacridone gold's more orange cousin. It's beautiful. I'm surprised it's an earth pigment. Is this an earth pigment? PO48. Oh. And now it makes sense. I'm like, why does it look like Queen Gold? Oh. The beautiful color that's getting discontinued. Well, isn't that disappointing? Now I feel like I should get. Oh, is it still there? I feel like I should get one. Like, I should get another one. This is really nice, and if it's going to be gone forever, maybe I'll check after this live stream, add it to the Fatbook order. But yeah, no, I think that's beautiful. Is there anything similar? That is a good question. What do they, well, we were asking before about the PR102s, right? So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So this is the Therapizoli. Am I in the wrong place? 1, 2, 3. No, I'm in the right place. The second one. So this is the Therapizoli next to it. Just to see if, I mean, it's close but no cigar. It's even warmer. It's a nice color, don't get me wrong. I'm just trying to see if it's the same as a quinacridone, and don't think so. What do you think? I love how it moves. Don't know if you could see that. It's like chasing the water. I cleaned it between the two, by the way. Just didn't want a thing. And and is there another one that we can see? And if anyone has any suggestions on any potential hues that may be similar, we have the red ochre, which is on the second row, back on the second row, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is red ochre, PR102. And I'm just going to swatch it here. Again, they're close, but not quite. This one is closer to the one we just swatched, Therapizoli. And then I'll leave the last slot to see if anyone has any other suggestions, but they are all, can't lie to you, they're all different. And let me just make sure that I'm not missing anything. Hey, Art and Green Tea, welcome. Yeah, you've had that problem as well. I don't know why that happens. Yes, the Aquarius Black was the one that I literally almost bore a hole with my brush trying to reactivate, and that was live, so you can imagine. I'm so happy that you're here, Jess. Thank you for joining, and also thank you for your last comment. It was so sweet. Oh, I didn't even see this question, but I'm glad that we're thinking along the same lines. And the other, so you'll have to remind me, this one was red ochre and Therapizoli. Let me just make a note, because I promise you I will forget, and then all of a sudden it won't be helpful anymore. So this is Quin Burnt Sienna. We should all just go out and take one for the team and buy cars this color. Just making blooms left, right, and center for reasons unknown. Then this was the red ochre. Is that right? Nope, no, it wasn't. This was the Terra Pozzuoli. Pozzuoli, I think. And then this is the red ochre. Do they all granulate? So according to Roman Szmal, and we shall see, the red ochre is non-granulating. Terra, let's just call it terra, is easier, is medium granulating. And then the quinacridone burnt sienna is not granulating. And we shall see when they dry whether that is correct, because in theory, only this one should granulate. And is there another one that is PR102 and similar? There is English red light. So let's see if that one will do. And that is 1, 2, 3, third, and then 3, 3. So it's this one. So this is English red light. Reactivates really nicely. Again, it's not the same as PO48. It's closer to Terra than the red ochre, in my humble opinion. It also doesn't look lighter than red ochre. Oh, it's because it's English red. I don't know why I thought it was red ochre light. So English red light. So it's almost like between the red ochre and the Terra. And 1, 2, 3. Just making sure I don't pick up the wrong one. And let me just move that for 1 second so that we can see. It's really nice and vibrant. Thus far, it's probably the most vibrant of all the ones we've swatched so far. And we shall see if it granulates. But again, it is PR102 and it is meant to be medium granulating. Medium granulating, and it is English red light. And yeah, let me catch up. Oh, thank you. So yeah, I asked about brush soap because it occurred to me that I don't have any brush soap. I've never used it. But I just wondered if, because you obviously hear like acrylic painters talking about it so avidly, and then it kind of occurred to me like, wait, do watercolor artists use it as well? Like, is this something that everybody else is doing? And I just did not realize. But it appears that that's not the case. I completely agree, Pablo. The swatches on Jackson's, honestly, sometimes I feel like it's almost as if they don't even want to sell their paints. Even like the swatches of their own watercolors, I hate. That's why I thought that their watercolors would be rubbish. And the watercolors are not rubbish. I was very pleasantly surprised by them. But because on the swatches that they do, it almost looks as if it's like gummy, as in the swatches of the Jackson's watercolors, the pictures almost look gummy. So I thought it would just be gummy and not nice. And then I got them and they're so much better than their swatches. I don't know why they do that. Like, is it stylistic choice or what? But anyway, these are some of the colors that we have swatched thus far. If you want a screenshot, then I'm holding it so that you can do that. But if you don't want to, then that's equally fine. I just want to make sure that you can see the colors more clearly. I think here you can get a bit of a better idea. And then we have the PO48 with its companions here. And I don't know if you can see, basically none of them are actually that close to Quin Burnt Sienna. Is the conclusion. I have not been able to find a replica. I think maybe the closest might be the red ochre. This one is maybe like leaning more orange, like more of the right orange. And it's also non-granulating like this one. However, I don't know if that's what they used to make the the Romish Schmal quinacridone and gold hue, and I don't think it is because quinacridone, the Romish Schmal quinacridone and gold hue actually granulates. So I feel like they used one of the granulating PR102s, but I have no idea which. And do they all granulate? No, I've answered that. So just the English red light granulates and the Terra granulates. Is there one Romish Schmal color I couldn't do without? That is a very good question. All of them? I was joking. I think the one that I like go back to and use over and over that I don't really have what I feel like is a good equivalent in other brands is probably the Aquarius green. Like that is a color that I adore. Um yeah, I feel like that is my most used color that if I didn't have it, I would really miss it. And then also like I really love their Hooker's green, but I feel like the Hooker's green other brands have like sap greens that are quite similar, but the Aquarius green I don't really have anything similar to that. And then obviously quinacridone gold. But the thing is, I love quinacridone gold and quinacridone gold hues across almost all brands apart from Rosa Galleries. And with Rosa Gallery, I love the paint. It's just the color that I don't know. It doesn't feel. It feels too orangey, like not like the rest of the quinacridone golds. So that's why I could probably get away with having it from other brands. But that is a very good question. Green Sharpie scientist. Thank you for asking and welcome. Astroglio, yeah, 9.8K. It's wild. We are so close to 10K. I don't even know, like, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to like yeah, I don't know. I can't believe it. Like I literally cannot believe it. If you look back on I did a video where I did a recap of my first year on YouTube, and you'll realize that for the first month, I think I had 9 subscribers. The second month, I had 13 subscribers. The third month, I had like 20 subscribers. Like my growth was very, very, very slow. And I thought that that's fine. That's what it's going to be. So I didn't like, I hoped that obviously the channel would grow, but I didn't think it would get to the point of like 9.8K. They are superb. I'm so glad that you enjoy your Romish Schmal colors, Ozzy. I like, yeah, I love them. I genuinely do. And it's so funny because I feel like with the Romish Schmal paints, that's the first true indication that I like it was as in like I was obviously talking about Romish Schmal paints, and then people started watching the videos and then commenting and saying, I've got the Romish Schmal paints. And that's like it then like made my heart beat because I was like, oh my gosh, what if they hate it? Like, you know, I was like, thank God that everything I've spoken about I really loved. But that's like the first thing that really showed me like, oh my gosh, words really have power because I really don't want people to waste their money. So I really think about what I'm talking about when it comes to art supplies because I don't want it to be wasteful for you. Um, I think you're right, Terry. I don't know if it's from the packaging or what, but I definitely had um this. Sandra's just joined. You just joined. You just ordered 2 Khadi Fatbooks. I don't blame you. That's literally what we were talking about just now. Terry was talking about getting the Urban Sketches set as well. Yeah, Pure 48 is definitely so unique, and I am almost certainly going to get it at the end of this live stream. um, how's my sketchbook making? Sketchbook making is still rudimentary. Nothing to show. Like I don't know where I would get it from. Nothing to show at the moment, but exciting. I like it. I don't know. I just like I just like having something that is just for me that I can just do to relax and I can do without recording. Which sounds so bad. Don't get me wrong, I love YouTube and I love creating art, but I also I don't know, sometimes like having to set up everything can like, you know, take away some of the excitement. So I've very much enjoyed just having something that I don't do on camera. Tried Pompeii Red. Yes, I can try Pompeii Red. Do I have Pompeii Red? Yes, I do have Pompeii Red. So it's on the second row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. That doesn't make sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Okay, that makes more sense. 8. Oh, what about ginger? No, ginger red is semi-opaque, maybe. Maybe we'll do Pompeii red and then maybe ginger red. So Pompeii red, we've said second row, number 8. I hope that you can see. Just give me 2 seconds. Second row, number 8, 9, 10. So number 8 is here. So this is Pompeii red. You know what? This might be, hold on. This might be the closest we've had so far. Still not the same, but it's definitely closer. Hold on, let me see. Ignore the gigantic amount of paint I just laid down. It's not the same, but it's close, as in like close to Quinn Burnt Sienna, which is what we are doing on this quest. What is in it? It's PR 102 as well. So I wonder if this is the PR 102 that is in the new Quinn Gold. What do we think? And then the last one that I'm going to swatch on here is Ginger Red, which is PR 290. I'd be lying if I said I've seen this before. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry for all the counting. It's just trying to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Find everything. So this is Ginger Red, which looks orange. And here it is. Probably the most orange of the ones of all the ones we have done so far. This is hold on. That's not the color. That's me struggling with water control. It's moving with the water. Let's see. Definitely, yeah, the most orange. But still not the same. Also, this looks, just take that. What do we think? It's close though, no? I don't know. On the camera, maybe it looks a bit closer. I don't know which of these two is closer to this one. That's basically what we're trying to figure out. So that's PR 290. New to the game. Thank you, Ozzy. Ozzy Mandias. Johnny's mother, English Red Light, needs to join my collection. No, I'm glad that you guys, I know 10K just days away. Amen. Can you imagine? I don't know what should we do to celebrate 10K? Interesting. Someone said with Rosa Gallery, it feels like wash. I'm trying to think. I don't think so. As in, like, I don't think I've experienced that. I have some paintings here. So, for example, I've done these with Rosa Gallery, and I don't do a lot of layering, which is why I am hesitant to respond. But I haven't had any issues, like I haven't noticed any issues with not being able to lift. I haven't finished these, which is why they're still strapped to my book. And then I did another one that had more layering, but where did I put it is the question. But in a nutshell, no, I haven't experienced that. That being said, I haven't done pieces that have like super heavy layering with Rosa Gallery. But even another one, where's my sketchbook? I was recording a sketchbook tour right before this video, right before this live stream. So honestly, tell me where I put this book. It must be within hand's reach. But as for where, no clue. Anyway, yeah. Sorry, I just want to see if I can find it because that has some more Rosa Gallery paint in it. But you guys let me know or let us know if you've experienced any issues with the Rosa Gallery. Oh, maybe here it is. Okay, so I found what I was talking about literally right here. So this one again has more layering with the Rosa Gallery and it didn't lift. It was fine. And then perhaps more traditional Rosa Gallery, like more traditional watercolor painting. So this again, this had quite a few layers, but again, no issue with it lifting that I noticed. And again, this one's Rosa Gallery watercolors. But I'll keep an eye on it and see. I don't know if also it would be in part because I paint with gouache. So and I know how to layer with gouache. So I don't know if that will impact it in terms of like I haven't noticed it because I'm used to it happening anyway. Ah, I'm glad it's giving you hints. You've got them both ginger red. Yeah, no, I agree. um, is it PR 101 that's in quinacridone gold hue? Where's quinacridone gold hue? I thought it was PR 102. Quin gold is PY 150 and PR 48. Where's Quin gold hue? Quin gold hue is PR 102 and PY 150. But it's good to know that we can get a closer mix. Which Aquarius? There's only one Aquarius green. Yeah, there should be only one Aquarius green. Gentle plug, use my affiliate link. Pretty please and thank you. I'm just looking for a swatch, but obviously I don't want to close this. Where would a swatch be? If not, I can just swatch it again. This is Aquarius. Can you see here? This is Aquarius green. It's got PY 150, PBR 25, and PB 29. So it's this color right here. Yeah, I've heard people say that as well with regards to the similarity between Rosa Gallery and White Knights. I haven't used White Knights. I think up until recently, like I got 2 colors in White Knights. So I don't know how they compare, but quite a few people said that. Miss Ebony, yes, I should definitely be asleep. instead of switching. No, but I've literally just made the video, so it will come soon in terms of like the sketchbook tour of that very sketchbook. And Rosa, oh, you don't like it? But you found the Rosa gallery, so you've had the opposite issue. Okay, glad you found it. Sorry, I'm behind on the chat. Can you show the label for the English Red Deep? English Red Deep is here. And I hope that you can see it clearly. I hope I'm not making you dizzy. I was just wanting to, whoopsie. I just wanted to see if I could find a light to shine on it so that you could see it clearer. I love Aquarius green as well. It's one of my favorite greens. I don't know if that light is making it better or worse. Where were we looking? English Red Deep here. And it has PR 102 as well. 8 out of 8 light fastness, medium staining, medium granulating, and transparent. I'm seeing Ivy's message, art and green tea. Yeah, the closest thing is undersea green, which is again another green I do love. Yes, autumn green is also beautiful. I completely agree, but it granulates a lot more. It definitely stands out a lot more. Oh yeah, I love Shabish Grey and Misty Morning. It's in a I should have mentioned I have like a top 30 video, top 30 Roman Szmal colors, and that in there I highlight some of these colors and more, basically picking my favorites, but also the favorites that other people have recommended over and over in the comments. I think that that's a good video to watch if you are curious about colors that are more unique to Roman Szmal. Okay, no problem, Terry. English Red Light. Trying to not let everything fall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the third row. Third row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 next to ginger red. Yes. Okay. I know you didn't ask to swatch, but I might as well. Just do a tiny swatch. Here so that you can see feels like I'm practicing my brush control so that you can see what it looks like. So let me, oh wait, I did it in the wrong place, didn't I? Yes, I did. Whoops. Let me just do that again. This one 5, 6, because I forgot this one is orange, isn't it? The ginger orange. So let me just do it again here. Okay, so we have 2 swatches, but essentially This here is English Red Light, and this is English Red Deep. And where's my light? I feel like, I don't know, like I said, I don't know if the light helps. Maybe it doesn't, because it's too cool, warm, cool. No, it's not helping. Fine. Let me just hold it. So you can see the two. So it's I guess as the name implies, deeper, warmer, and definitely more red. In terms of like the deep one is deeper and more red. I know, Miss Ebony. It's minutes to 1. Thank you, Tracy. That is so sweet. I wish. Hopefully one day they'll make me an ambassador too, eh? No, you're more than welcome, Terry. And oh, that also reminds me. I do have Daniel Smith's Christmas Tree Green, the scented color. Let me mute this for a second, dry it, and then we'll be able to turn the page, because that's what I've been waiting for. But you know, as I do that, I'll read the chat. And the other thing I was going to say, I do have one more space left in my Ko-fi membership for the dot cards. So every month in the Happy Meal tier, I have been sending out watercolor dot cards. And I don't want to give spoilers because people want surprises, but they're good dot cards. They're professional grade watercolors. And I also do Zoom sessions. So if you're interested, consider joining. But in the meantime, I'm gonna, as you contemplate joining and as you contemplate liking this video, I'm going to just mute myself, dry it, and then I will show you Christmas Tree Green. I am back. Thank you so much, Terry. Yeah. No, I think I'm definitely on. Well, I don't know if they have a PR list, but they've sent me so many watercolors. I can't even front lie or act ungrateful, because yeah. I am very, very, very grateful. What was I going to show you? So I'm going to show you the Christmas Tree Green, but I also wanted to show you, because Pre-Raphaelite had asked, I don't know if she's still here, but I had asked about the watercolors that I have been making myself. So these are some of the watercolors that I have mixed myself. So far they have very rudimentary names like Green 1, Green 2, Green 3, Green 4, all the way to Green 7. I haven't swatched all of them out, but the ones that I have swatched are here. And this is Green 1, which has PB29, PY150, and PBR24. Sound familiar, anyone? So it's, yeah. I think it's not the first color that I made, but it's one of the first ones that I made. And then I made this color, and this is purple. And it's made up of PB29, PB60, and PR122. The camera kind of picks it up, but it also makes the camera kind of go a bit trippy. So it almost looks like mineral violet, but it's bluer than mineral violet, basically. And then it also granulates. Oh, you're swatching them now. You'll have to let me know which is your favorite, Johnny Szmal. And I'm just going to put this gentle plug back. And then, hold on. So that's purple. Then after that, I made, and this has been so much fun. I basically make my own watercolor binder, buy pigments from like Jackson's and AP Fitzpatrick, and then make my own colors. This is blue. Haven't given them any full names as of yet. But this blue is made up of PB60, PB15, and PB29. So I basically mixed all my favorite blues together. And basically, I wanted like a really deep dark blue or color that could get really deep and dark, like this can here. And as you can see here, but I also wanted it to like be bright in some places. I can't explain it. Like I love PB60, but I can't explain it. Yeah, I love PB60, but sometimes I want a color that can also get a bit lighter. Like I don't want it to be too cold. So this is the color that I ended up with. And here, like these are the different notes that I was making for myself. And this here, for example, is Cause PB60. So that's the two colors. Compared. Is that what I want to say? Yeah. And then, so this one is actually one of my favorites. Then from there, I made this, which is lovely. The camera can't fully pick it up. It's a bit greener than it is on the camera. I don't know what it is with some of these blues that really makes the camera trip up a bit, but basically it leans a bit more green than it's showing in the camera, but it's a turquoise. And essentially I mixed PB15 and PG7 and mold it until I was happy with the color and ended up with this. And then I think I added a little bit of PW6 or a little bit of white as well. And then this made me think, like, is this actually gouache? Because this is in mass tone and it has gone completely over my draw, like, you know, the doodles that I do. The gamma value makes it, yeah. So it's a bluey green, but it's more green than it looks in the camera right now. You're fully addicted. This is so good. Thank you so much. Yeah, I don't know. That's a very good point. I don't like teals, turquoise, etc. They all look very the same to me. I don't know like the difference name wise. Someone asked me if I'm color Someone asked me if I'm colorblind, and they meant it in, I am sure, a genuinely concerned way. Because I think I was saying that, you know, like I was looking at greens and I was calling them like blues and stuff. I am not colorblind. I don't think. No, I'm not. I've checked. After they asked me, I got curious again and I double checked. But yeah, no, I'm not colorblind. I just seem to see things different. How messy is it working with pigments? Are you wearing masks? Working with pigment is not it's not that messy, I don't think, because I literally just get like a glass chopping board rather than the slabs that they sell for God knows how much. I just use a glass chopping board and then I just mull in that area. I've recently also got a pestle and mortar, but I haven't tried making paints using that. So I've just been using the muller and the glass board. Um I'm not going to answer whether I wear masks, but I am going to say that you should wear a mask when you're doing this to protect your lungs. Like seriously, you should. Um, yeah. uh, let me see. Rich. Welcome to the live stream, for drink. Uh, yeah, they're having a sale. That's why I thought that it'd be helpful to just like swatch out any colors that people want to see because the swatches on Jackson's are ridiculous. And there's no it looks like lapis in old paintings. You see blue and teal. Hey, Sharmak. Sketches, please. What do you need? Oh, you need tea. Oh yeah, I sent you tea, didn't I? Yeah, I sent everyone tea, I think. Now I'm not sure. Oh, I see, I see. You're swatching them out, you're telling me your favorites. Yeah, yeah. So I have yeah, I love tea. Welcome to Messy Desk. It honestly feels like we are having a coffee party. I don't, you know what is so annoying? The color, my favorite color. So tea is one of my favorite colors. The blue was one of my favorite colors. These greens are one of my favorite colors. My favorite colors I don't tend to have much of because I make it in a small batch initially, and then when like I'm happy with the color, I'm like, good, it's golden. I'm not adding anything else. When I'm unhappy with the color, then I add more and more and more and more and more, which is why so the colors that I get in one go, like tea, I don't have much of like at all. This is green two. Yes, this is green too. So I was trying to basically make my own sap green-ish color. Yeah, so green one, green two. Then I think from there I wanted to make it a bit more olivey. So where do we go from there? Green three. And then where is green four? Then oh gosh. This is green. So green four is this one. This is green four. I didn't do a big swatch. Sorry. I love that too. It feels like we're doing a Kofi live stream. So this is green four, this is green five, and then with green. Oh no, actually. So basically, what I told you guys was green four. It's not actually green four. What I gave you guys is this green. This is green six. This is green six. No, yes, this is green six. Basically, no, this is green seven. I'm so sorry. Um, This is the green 7 that I couldn't stand and ended up adding way more pigment. So basically, I made this, didn't like it, and then ended up adding so many more pigments that then I ended up with the official and final green 7, which is what I sent you guys. And I think I labeled it green 4. Basically, it's the crux of the matter. But the true green 4, the original green 4, is this green right here. Where are they? I do have them to hand. I can do some more swatches. Oh, why not? Why not? Why not? Should I swatch them here? I've like enabled them. So this is green. Oh my gosh. At some point I'll have to come up with a name for them. I have like lots of some greens and not a lot of others. So we've already seen green 2. This is green 3, which we've already seen. This is green 5. So where is green 4? This must be green 4. Right. This is unknown green, green 6, and this is green 7. So this must be green 4. Okay, so let me swatch out green 4 for you, and then I'll swatch out green 5 and see. And as you can see, they are reactivating, and I'm like, oh my gosh. I don't know, like it's just so satisfying to know that I made these. Although this one isn't labeled, so TBD what it actually is. And I say that because I recorded some of the process, not as YouTube videos, but just as for me. Like I tend to apparently make paints the same way I cook, where it's like, oh, let me add a bit of this, let me add a bit of that, let me add a bit of this and that and this and that and this and that. And then I'm like, oh, okay, it's finished. So I have to record the process so that I know what the hell I did, so that if I want to recreate it, I can. So this is I believe, given where I've placed it, this is green 4, the true green 4, and then, I'll do green 5. Some of them, like, built off each other, if that makes sense. Like, I had made quite a lot of green 3, and then from there, I added more pigments and ended up with green 4 and then green 5, and then do you know what I mean? Like, that's how it built up, so they're all quite similar. Uh, Good night, Dana. Thank you so much for joining, and yes, I will go to bed soon. At least I'll sleep like a baby. Then this is green 5. Let's see. Nice and deep. Yay. It's just so weird, but honestly, uh I love greens. Like it seems so wild because I was like, oh, what other colors do I need to make? And I was like, I just feel like they're such a wide array of greens that I can just keep making them. But I have bought some other pigments to actually try and make some other colors. Um, Gosh, maybe make a warm red that I would actually use without making it look like my painting is on fire. But yeah, no, um I love making greens. So I feel like I will keep playing around with different greens and different purples for a while and then also try to make other colors. But this is green 5. And then this is green 6. Need to make it a bit slimmer. And let me see. Oh, did I record? Yeah, yeah. So I recorded it in the form of an actual video because yeah, it all started off like the very first one that I made. I was like, yeah, I'm good. Well, yeah, the very first, I didn't use like a proper unit or whatever. I was just pouring them into like a full pan and being like, one full pan of this, one half pan of this, two full pans of this, and like using that to measure. But then and I guess I did that throughout, but as in like it then went like my intention would be to use one full pan of this pigment. And then I'd be like, huh, the color isn't quite right. I'm just gonna add another full pan and another and another and another. So this is green 6. I don't know. I'm just so I guess is this pride? Is this what I'm feeling? Joy, pride, undetermined, happy emotion. But yeah, and I could call my warm red flame. I agree. And then this last one is green 7. So I think this is the actual green that I sent and called green 4 because I had forgotten what I was doing. Um, is this green? Yeah, this is the green that I sent you. I think. No, I did. I had two. Like I have so much of green 7. Because this was a green that I was really struggling to make, and is a green that's very different to what I normally use. And honestly, at some point, I questioned if it was gouache. Like, have I accidentally made gouache? But in the end, we got there. It's not pastel-y, but it's certainly different to its siblings. And There we go. So yeah, I made notes for all of them, and then I also recorded the video of my process. Oh, sorry, I swatched it. Oh yeah, you can see it. I didn't realize that I'd left the text up, sorry. And so those are the greens. Where's my pencil? So green 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then we've already swatched the others and seen. Oh, and I just love, like, I made also before that I made ultramarine blue. Just felt like a nice safe bet to start. Whoops, my bad. Oh, let me mute this, dry this, and read the comments as I do. I'm back. That's basically what they look like dried, as you can see. Yeah, no, I'm really happy. I recommend it. It's fun to do. It's fun to make. But let me, or maybe I'll still do it there somewhere. No, do I have space? I wanted to do the swatch of Christmas tree green for you. Which green? This is green 7. Yeah, this is green 7. Why did I? And then I left space. I left so much space to do more swatches for all the paints that I plan on creating. And let me do a quick swatch of green 4s. Oh yeah, let me know which ones are your favorites. How much paint did you end up with? That's a good question. So it varied quite a lot, but basically if I used one, I was using a 1-to-1 ratio. So basically for a full pan of pigment, I was adding a full pan of binder, and then I would basically end up with a full pan worth of paint. Hey, Jude. Oh, good morning. Whereabouts are you? Because you must, yeah, we are in completely different time zones if this is waking up time. Yeah, so 1-to-1, I think. 1 full pan gave me roughly 1 full pan worth of paint. Yes, it does. Well, I don't know. See, I always had fake artificial Christmas trees, but it does smell like pine. It reminds me of I'm just gonna swatch it here. It reminds me of the car car freshener? Car, you know, like when they'd have the little trees that'd hang in the car? That's what this smells like. That's what this reminds me of, rather. Let them not come and be like, "That's not what we made." So this is Christmas tree green. It has got a light fragrance to it. It's a granulating green by Daniel Smith, not one of mine. Um, Mine smell of clove bud oil, in case you're wondering what that was. So this color, hold on, I think it's, let me remember, it's PB20, PBR7 and PB15. So interesting mix, which granulates. So you see the PB15 coming through, which is interesting, right? That a brown and a blue would make a green, and yet that is what we have. And I'll leave it there to dry. I wasn't like that into it initially. Um, but then when it dried, I was like, okay, cool. It's nicer. It's nicer when it dries because then it like granulates. And again, I'm kind of like confused as to how the two give me this color. uh, so it will probably be something that I will send out to Kofi members at some point, just so that you can try it yourselves. Hey, Marina. Good evening slash good night. You are in Western Australia. Wow. Yeah, you're in the same, well, similar time zone to the messy desk. Hey, Loretta. Good evening from LA. Yeah, it's an interesting. Yeah, exactly. It's an interesting color. I will probably send it out to you guys. So if you want to wait for that before you decide on buying it, then you can. But it's nice. It is nice. I feel like it's not as nice when it's wet, and then when it dries, it's like, oh, it is. Whoa, why is that blurry? When it dries, it's then like, oh, a actually nice granulating color. I think I will do a quick landscape and then bid you adieu. Because it kind of feels wild to come live and then not actually paint. I have been using. I've been trying to use my other paints, my non-Roman Szmal paints, to kind of like try. I have so many different brands, and I just always go back to Roman Szmal. But I was like, I actually have to use the other supplies that I have. So yeah, it's been interesting. Let's see. I need blues, so let's start off with. See, I feel like ocean blue would make sense for a sky, but sky blue would. I'm just going to put a couple of things. Try and raise this up a little bit. I've been painting on an easel. Has anyone else tried that? And I actually quite like it. Obviously, I can't do it when I'm recording. Well, like a bit of an angle. But if I were to try and do it now, I'd have to change my entire setup. But yeah, it's actually quite nice. One, you get to see your painting at like, I don't know, like a better angle, like an actual accurate angle, as opposed to kind of seeing everything slightly distorted. So I feel like I get a clearer view of what my painting looks like. And then also like really nice smooth blends because the water just like gradually moves everything down. So I don't know. I'm not saying like it's by any means absolutely necessary, but it's been nice. Nice new random thing to do. No, so I have a main easel. I have like a big easel here, and that I think would be for acrylics, but I got keep messing around with my mouse. I've got a table easel which is smaller and just quite nice. But then obviously the alternative is what I am doing now, which is literally just putting a few things underneath my sketchbook so that it's at a slight angle and then at least the water just runs down. And then let's put some greens here. So I'm just using some Roman Szmal colors. This is Aquarius green. Ah, it's just a green that just puts a smile on your face. And then with just mixing it with Hooker's green. I tend to mix the two quite a lot. And as I'm doing this, I'm thinking, actually, I don't want everything to be too symmetrical. Mixing the two, kind of want to pick up some Queen Gold as well. Not enough. Oh, what am I missing? Does that much water soak through to the Khadi Fatbook? No. Which is weird. You'd think it would. And it warps and everything, but the other side is completely fine. And as you can see, I add a lot of water. And kind of like a lot of paint too. And let's see, let's add should I add a path or a stream? Maybe a stream. So you see what I did there? Picked up shadow gray instead of burnt umber. That's fine. Let's add a stream. That's very bright blue. And then some more green here. And some more green here. I don't know, sometimes it's just nice to play around with colors and then, a few minutes and then you've got some nice colors down on the page. And that's it. I'm kind of wondering if we should have something closer to the foreground to just make it a little bit more interesting, but we'll see. I'll let that dry and then I'll add something on top. Oh, what did I miss? And I'm going to catch up as I dry. I'm back. And catching up. So, Astroglia, you want to work on layering. That's the thing, one of the things that I um like I wanted to do, and I probably still will make a video that's just talking about some of the things that I wish I knew. Like if I knew then what I know now, what I would do differently. And one of the things that I think I would have probably done is probably spent a little bit more time at the beginning just learning some of the like some basic some of the like more basic techniques like layering, like glazing, like all those kind of things that I feel like I kind of skipped over. um and I'm not saying that, I don't know, it may have been that I would have learned all those things and then ended up in the same kind of like style and whatnot, but I do kind of feel like it's sometimes it's good to just like try things and see if you actually like them. I think I don't tend to work in many layers as a whole, but um but I completely understand what you're saying, how sometimes you can like, it's easy to kind of get disappointed and kind of wonder like, oh, should I try different techniques? So that is one thing that I kind of wish like, oh, if maybe when I had started, I had spent a little bit more time learning some of the techniques, it may have like guided me a little bit more. Um, but it's okay. Like, we can definitely dedicate more time to doing that now, isn't it? Like, and I feel like I'm breaking every because I'm just doing this from like imagination, right? And I feel like I am breaking every composition rule that we are taught. Um, by like everything's like the only thing I've done, according to composition, is that this path is slightly off center and there are some leading lines. Apart from that, like I have symmetry, like smack bang and in the middle. And no, I agree, Paraphala. I think it's good to do whatever feels true to your art style. Um, and for some that will be being loose, and for some that will be being tight and hyper realistic. And I don't think one is better than the other. I think there's just something that is good for some and something that is good for others. So I'm just dropping colors here. I am almost anticipating and relying on this granulating, just adding some interesting colors. And I almost want to add some more quin gold, just make it a little bit brighter. Oh, thank you so much, Terry. Love it, Priya, for like you do you. Yeah, I think it's good to just experiment and see. If you're not happy with something, then try something else and see if you like it some more. Um, and then at some point, you'll end up where you want to be. Yay, I'm so glad. Are there any rules apart from having fun? No, it's less so about having like it's not necessarily like having fun. I mean, maybe more so like the techniques, like I didn't really know about glazing watercolors. I didn't know about just layering as a whole. I didn't really know much about like granulating watercolors or anything. Like I learned a lot of it by just doing. Like even now I don't really do tutorials. Um but I kind of wish I had known. Um and I feel like then some of my decisions would have been a little bit more premeditated. Um, but that's such is such is life. Yeah. See, that's the thing, even with because it occurred to me, one, I don't really do that much layering with watercolors. However, um, I think I only started doing it a little bit after I started layering with gouache. And with gouache, again, I didn't follow any tutorials or anything like that. I just painted and then was like, I like this, I don't like that, and then eventually learned and got there in the end. Um, but in part, I almost feel like, yeah, one afternoon could have saved me a lot of frustration. Oh, so glad, Loretta. Like, I love painting with gouache. It's funny because the sketchbook tour that's coming soon, in it, you can kind of see how that evolved and how that started, because initially I was doing watercolor landscapes and gouache florals, and I didn't really like that. Um, yeah, I didn't really like either of them. And then somehow, some way, I swapped round and I was like, huh, I really like painting painting florals with watercolor, and I seem to really like painting landscapes with gouache, and it has stuck. And then more recently, I've gotten interested in landscapes in watercolor again, like this one from Imagination, and just seeing like what I can do in a few minutes. I guess curiosity. And then also because it's funny, I don't feel like I have much imagination. Like, I never feel like I'm actually working my imagination, yeah, like, I don't feel like I have that much imagination, so it's been interesting trying to create these, landscapes from imagination, because it's not, as I'm painting this, it's not like I'm seeing this in my head and I'm recreating it, so I'm still haven't quite worked on imagination, because it would be nice to, like, see a field and then paint it, but instead I put color down and then I follow the color, which is not not is not quite the same thing. Um So we shall see. With time, I will hopefully get more imagination. Um, or maybe I should just go more places and then I would have more imagination, you know? I want to see, do I have my palette knife? I have these palette knives, but I don't want this one, although I might have to do because I don't know where my other ones are. Might try. Hold on. Because I want to try and like carve out trees, but I feel like it's too wet to do that. So yeah, I'm definitely too wet. And also my ruler is too sharp. So let me dry it a little bit and then we'll find something to hopefully make the mark I want. Maybe like I have a toothpick here from all my watercolor mixing. Will that work? Maybe. Let me mute. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is about that time where my live stream has frozen. But hopefully you can still see my hands and you can still hear me. Let me know if you can. Ah, don't worry, 2024 is the year of a new laptop. So um all these pesky interruptions will soon be a thing of the past. Hopefully. I say hopefully just because apparently I owe tax, so uh, um it's a little bit different too. I don't know why it's frozen though. Yeah, okay, because the screen's gone white. Fine. Yeah, so hopefully, like almost certainly, 2024 is the year of a new laptop. Oh gosh, I'm having such a nightmare with my accountant. Like, anyway, let me just not speak negatively. But basically, yeah, if she's right, then I owe like $2,000, well, $1,000 and a bit. Hopefully she's wrong. Time will tell. But yeah, alas, my screen is frozen. But I can see on my phone. The stream is still going, hopefully. What I can't see is the comments apparently as well. So, but if history continues as it has done before, then you should be able to see my hands painting and you should be able to hear me, but not see me. And I can't see your comments for a few minutes. And then at some point, this will hopefully just restart itself and work. I'm almost wondering like what I should add to this imaginative piece that we have that we're working on here. I feel like I've enjoyed adding fences. That's been something that I've liked adding because I almost see them like as a field. So we can add a fence, but the thing is, where will the fence be? And also, I don't want the fence to be in the same place all the time. I feel like I always do fences here because that's where it makes sense for it to be for me. So maybe in the spirit of being different, I'll do a fence here. Just a fence going across here and getting smaller and going into the distance. I kind of like that actually because it's almost like a leading line as well. Like leading our eyes to that side and then it gets smaller and smaller. And make it wonky and imperfect. Gosh, it's still frozen. That feels like it's been a while, no? Oh, I can see some of the comments now, but I can't see my hands, but hopefully you can see it. Oh, thank you. It's frozen in a nice position. At least. Yeah, no, my screen's completely white, so I can't see. Yeah, honestly, I'm praying that she is wrong. Because yeah, it's not even like, yeah, I don't know how it happened or whatever, but we shall see. And it's just been a bit up and down. I already wasn't like, not because of this whole Owen tax thing. I already wasn't like too happy with it, just because I just kind of feel like I don't know what's going on with my finances, which I don't like. So I had, I have a lot of questions and I just want to understand and I still don't understand and whatnot. Oh wait, we're back people. Thank you. Thanks for the heads up. And Laurie, welcome to the stream. And I hope you're enjoying your giveaway prize. Have the Roman Szmal paint prices jumped? Yes. Yes, they have. Yeah, that's all I can say. Definitely have. Even with the sales, they are definitely higher than they used to be. And you know what? If you watch my old videos, that's the thing with videos, right? Because obviously at the time I was like, oh my gosh, they are so good and so cheap. And I feel like now people will watch that. Maybe I'll change the descriptions, but people will watch that and be like, oh my gosh, this is what she thinks is cheap. And that's not the case. Is the prices have changed drastically as the years have gone on. And I remember at the videos I used to say, like, I almost feel like I shouldn't point out how cheap they are, because at some point they are going to like realize that and then they're going to increase their prices. And I feel like with time they have done that, and they're still probably cheaper than their counterparts, but they're not cheap anymore. And I kind of feel like at some point the same will happen with Rosa Gallery. Because right now I feel like they're cheaper than their counterparts. And at some point they're going to realize that. And they're going to be like, why are we charging £2.60 for a full pan? Which is, I think, like when Roman Szmal started off, they were like £2, like less than £3 for a full pan. And obviously now they're not. No regrets. A horse peeking over the fence. I don't even think I can, like, I can barely paint a field out of imagination, talk less of like a horse. I don't even think it would look like an animal. Jude, I didn't even know. It's funny you say that, because literally like last week I saw a video of Jimmy Carr basically talking about like how he felt in the aftermath of his tax issue, and I was like, I didn't even know he had a tax issue. But yeah, honestly, that is what worries me, right? That they will make a mistake, I will not know, and then there will be consequences, and you know. So I just want to understand enough to be on top of my finances so that nothing's happening without me understanding. And I feel like a lot is happening without me understanding. And I don't want to get fined or anything like that. And obviously, normally I do it myself. And this year is the first year I've had an accountant. And anyway, we shall see. At the end of the day, God is in control and I have more than enough. So it'll be okay. Yeah, it'd be ironic, basically. So the computer fund is either going to go towards paying tax or buying a computer. But if it pays tax now, I'll buy a computer later. I don't know, what else should we add to this nice field? Don't know why I did that. Yay! I'm glad you're enjoying your video. I haven't painted animals in years. Yeah, Roman Szmal still definitely have my heart. I think, yeah, trying to think like the brands that I couldn't do without. Roman Szmal is one. What's the brand you couldn't do without for paper? I feel like my favorite paper is tricky. I feel like I just enjoy 100% cotton watercolor papers. I'm not massively fussed. So I love you know what, actually, tell a lie, there was one paper that I really loved the, like, physical feel of it, and I think it might be Fabriano, like, it felt soft, um, and then I like Saunders, and then yeah, so I mean, yeah, 100% cotton watercolor paper. Sketchbooks, Etchr, what else? Brushes, I'm not, like, brush loyal. I use my like, you've seen me use how many brushes in this video? You guys are so funny with your suggestions. I had a bird what? Oh, so funny. So a horse, a woman, a bird, and a fox. I am honestly flattered by your faith in my painting ability of painting without reference. And you saw, I don't know if you were here pre-Raphaelite, I showed the swatches of the paints that I have been making. I think I've made like 12 paints now, maybe more. Um, it's just a really nice therapeutic thing to do. Yeah, I know. I'm so glad. But even then, like I'm so glad that I bought the vast majority at the beginning. Even now it's still buy, but um yeah, also because I don't know, I feel like, don't get me wrong, Jackson's is having a sale now. But I feel like the Jackson sales are a bit like meh. Like they say that they're having a sale and then they knock off 10p. That's maybe me just being bitter, but it would be nice to, I feel like sometimes when I hear about sales in the US, they're like 50% off. That's what I need. Yeah. Birds, 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 birds. A chicken in the path. Some flowers. Oh yeah. I haven't tried Legion. Bao Hong because it's cheaper. Yeah, I do like Bao Hong. Edge sketchbooks, Bao Hong, Fabriano. Oh, Fabriano Fatbook. I have the Bockingford Fatbook. Yeah, I know. Can you believe it? Maybe three embeds. Yeah, I can do three. I can do the embeds. Yeah, 15% or like a nice 20, or if they did 50% off, I would go wild on Jackson's. Absolutely wild. No art supply would be safe. Legion works like Bao Hong. I've seen like the Legion, like the small Legion papers. Adam's Town art in Australia is better for Romish Mill. I know, gosh. I'm out here hoping that they give us a coupon at all. We'll see. I feel like it's in everyone's best interest. Just give me the coupon. God willing, they will, but I'm waiting, still waiting. Um, just out here trying to get discounts. In as many. That is one gigantic bird. That's not what I intended, but it's okay. Don't know why the bird is also flying like that. Another M bird. And can you see? Can you see them? They're very small. And Roman 50. That would be. Can you imagine? I don't even know what I would do. Just buy the whole thing again. It feels like a lifetime investment as well, especially because they're not going to expire. Apart from the paper, obviously. Perhaps not obviously, but yeah, apart from the paper, I feel like everything is somewhat safe to invest in. Mm, yeah, yeah, they do work. That affiliate links work if you are getting them from, as long as you lose, as long as you use the link, thank you in advance, then yeah, it will work. Thank you in advance. Are there any US retailers from Roman Szmal? I think most people say that the best place to get them from in the US is still Jackson's. Correct me if I'm wrong. Any difference between the Rosa tubes and the Rosa pans? I have found that the Rosa tubes, because I turn the tubes into pans. Does that make sense? So I feel like the colors themselves are fine and don't change, but the I find that the tubes take a very, very long time to dry to then become half pans. As in like a week later, they were still questionable as to whether they would be fine for travel. So I feel like if I was very sure that I wanted it for a travel palette, whereas the pans are dry, but they reactivate really nicely. So I feel like if I really wanted like a travel palette, I would just go for the full pans. But obviously, if you want half pans, if you want half pans, or you want to like mix your own colors in the like make pans where you mix your own custom colors, then tubes is the way to go. It's just I don't know if they will be travel friendly in terms of like will they run into each other if you have them in your bag and it's like tilted. It says that there's no honey in there. It They behave like there's honey in there, but it says there's no honey in there. I know. Can you imagine if I was like, guys, there's Roman 50, yeah, put it on a Kofi group, Asha, and be like, this is not a drill. This is not a drill. I repeat, 50% off. I feel like my membership alone would, like Kofi members alone would literally sell it out. Oh, good. I'm glad because I was like, why have I made this gigantic bird? But thank you. Oh, thank you, Tracy. Yes, or Art Miranda. I don't know. I don't think they have because, as in advance of them. Well, hopefully it's in advance of them bringing the tubes. But I feel like for the past year, I feel like there's been a price, and I'm not. This is just based on like anecdotal, what I assume, right? I feel like last year the price rose twice. The year before the price rose once. And now we're in the new year and it's risen again. Does that make sense? Like I feel like every time that there's been a Roman small sale, the sale has effectively been like 5% off the old price and 5% off. Like it's almost like if they were £5, for example, they'll say like, oh, it's a sale, we're doing 10% off. So now it's 450. Um, but then Oh no, they'll say like 10% off, but it won't be 450. They'll be selling it for something like 480, which is just 20p off because the new price is now 530. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like that's what's been happening with across Jackson's. Um, but yeah, the Roman Schmall I feel has definitely gone up. I hope they don't see this and be like, how dare she? But it's true. It's true. The price is not the same. Yesterday's price is not today's price. That's a meme, a joke. I don't know if you guys know it, but yeah, yesterday's price is not today's price. But I don't know what it is currently. I haven't checked the prices in a while. So I'm not saying as I'm just saying in general, like last year it rose twice. Okay, so currently Art Miranda is cheaper than Jackson's on sale. So much for a low buy. I know it's so hard. But here's my thing. I was like, I'm not going to stifle my creativity uh for the sake of this low buy. So if I really feel inspired by something, etc., then I will try and exercise. If I don't feel convicted, basically, I will buy it. If I feel guilty and I look at my sketchbooks looking at me on the drawer and I'm like, actually I can't justify this, then fine, I won't buy it. Uh for like basically I'm breaking all my resolutions. But it's a journey. That's the thing. The aim of setting these resolutions isn't like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be perfect as soon as I start it. It's just accepting that this is the version of me that I want to work towards, and that, if in a few months I have done it more than not, and I am on my way to this being like healthy habits that I've set where I don't impulse spend and I go to bed on time, and I go for walks and I spend more time on my creativity, and as a whole, as a result, I feel better, then I will have won. That'll be, that'll be better than anything I could have hoped for. Okay. I kind of feel like this is done. What do we think? Um, Imagination painting 101 done. And Derwood, thank you so much for your message about, your confidence increasing following the gouache course. I'm so glad. It honestly just makes it so worth it because yeah, it's um it's wonderful. Yeah, I don't know why it just would not dry. Michael Harding have a nice lapis. What are thoughts on Michael Harding across the board? What does everyone think about their watercolors? I'm curious, not the lapis in general. And then I'll tell you my opinion. I don't want to sway one person one way or another. Um, but I'm kind of curious if it's just me. Mm, mm. You know what, Miss Ebony? I think you might be right. I can't speak to it, but that would explain why there's a difference between Jackson's and Art Miranda, for example. The biggest watercolor size I have ever done would be A4, like letter size. I don't tend to do very big watercolor pieces. I have a big watercolor paper, like I have the full, 58 centimeters by 76 centimeters, but I don't even know what I would create that's big. I feel like I would just end up wasting the paper because I don't even have brushes to paint that big. Like I don't know what I would like. It would what I don't know. And also, I'm not patient enough, I think, to do something that would be it would either have to be massive and empty, which then feels like I've wasted it, or have lots of intricate details, which I don't have patience for. I don't know. What's the biggest you've ever painted on that's watercolor? Like, how big do you get? This is a general you, a royal you. I'm wondering for everyone. Yeah, at least 20% more in the last year. I think so. Haven't tried Renaissance. I know. We're all eagerly awaiting these tubes. No, Miss Ebony, the year is not over yet. That's the beauty of a low buy. You can't fail it. You just have to, new day, new attempt. Yeah, lower buy, exactly. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Pre-Raphaelite. New colors are bad for the low spend. Oh, have they released the new colors? I thought they were releasing them in February, but I don't know where I got that from. As in, like, they've had 3 colors that are new and coming that they've just said, like, out of stock for months. Oh, okay. The sizing degrades fast. Ah. Thank you, Laurie. Yeah, we'll use them. To be honest, I've been, cutting them down to make books, so hopefully they'll be fine. Fingers crossed. Re I haven't seen the interview. Now I want to see the interview. Oh, thank you, Snow Pony. And Tracy, you don't have to be embarrassed to say that. Like, we all start somewhere, and then beyond that, sometimes, like in this fat book, for example, you will see, like, even now, I open to a random page, swatching. Like, there is something nice and therapeutic about swatching. And then when you're ready and when you're comfortable, and when you want to, if you ever want to, then you can start painting. That's, nobody can tell you what to do. You just do whatever you want. um, but do you know why you're not painting out of curiosity? Is it that you don't want to? Is it that what's stopping you? Sharmak, yeah, not above and beyond other brands. Um, and then let's see. Thank you, Loretta. I Whoa, you painted a quarter sheet. Yeah, I can imagine. I think also, yeah, I think I would struggle with doing wet on wet. Like, talk less of even bigger. I think you just have to do everything by sections. And I also think that sometimes when people do like realistic paintings, hyper realistic paintings, and they are working in sections, then perhaps it can work. But if I'm doing like a big expressive, well, I guess if I just throw paint at it, but how do you even throw like the watercolor at it like that? I don't know. Oh, that is so bad. I'm so sorry, Laurie. That's the other thing that I worry about, when you buy these big sheets and just when you buy paper in general on is I never know how long they've been in the store. That's why, like, there's a store that's not too far from me, but I don't tend to buy their sheets because honestly I feel like they've been there maybe for like 2 years. Like, they look the same, unlabeled, the same, untaken care of. Like, I'm sure that the heating just goes on and off and on and off and people touch it, and yeah, so it's tricky. But I haven't had issues with ones that I've got from Jackson's, if I'm honest. It's why I just get it from Jackson's instead of the local store. Mm, that's very true, Laurie. 16 by 20 inches. Whoa, that is massive. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Loretta. Yeah, see, we all swatch. No, it's true. Join our Kofi and paint along with us. It's true. We do Zoom calls now. So like Zoom painting sessions, and it's just nice. Oh, thank you so you guys are gonna You're being so sweet. Thank you so much, Tracy. No, you're really, really kind. I appreciate it. And yeah, I get, perfectionism can get in the way, but I guess if you, I don't know, how do you I'm open to, and if anyone has suggestions on how to like get past it as well, because I know it's something that we can really struggle with. Um, I feel why don't you know, I'm trying to think as to why I don't tend to struggle with perfectionism, and I think it's because my expectations of my skill are quite low. So so because I don't yeah, because my expectations of my skill level are already quite low, it's I guess easier to supersede them where it's like, "Oh my gosh, this actually looks like I failed, so I'm happy." Um, and I don't know. I guess if there's a way to try and focus on the process of it, maybe keeping the art private, or seeing it like having like what you call, like a practice sketchbook. Like, you just tell yourself that this sketchbook or this piece of art that you're creating is just so that you can show people the before. Like if that makes you, like then you know that actually you can't just jump to like masterpiece kind of work. You need to have a progression. So accepting that you have to make bad pieces of art, or not even bad pieces, but as in art pieces that perhaps don't meet your expectations initially to get to the point where you can. Is how actually with YouTube is how I got started. I told myself that I would make 50 bad videos. And if after 50 bad videos, I kind of felt like, you know what, I still can't do it, then at that point, I could stop. But before then, the aim was not to make like one amazing video, it was to make 50. Well, no, I wasn't aiming for bad, but 50 acceptable videos. Um, and then with that, the more I did, the more I accepted that I can't be perfect. And that's why I can do live streams where my screen freezes, my computer starts to give up, my I don't know what I'm going to paint, how I'm going to paint it, or if it's going to work. But as long as I'm enjoying myself, that is that is the key thing, at least for now, unless, and then also, I guess, seeing like what kind of art you admire, and art that other people have made that perhaps you don't admire but other people love, because it will truly show you that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. There will be some pieces that, for example, I always bring up Picasso because I think his work is I was gonna say atrocious, but that's mean. I don't like Picasso's work at all. And obviously, here I am, amateur painter, talking about Picasso, one of the most recognized painters of all time, and saying that I don't like it. But some people will love it. His paintings will sell for millions upon millions, and carry value, and all of that is true. Beauty is truly in the eye of the beholder. If you were to create art, I promise you there is at least one person who will love it and think that it is the most beautiful thing that they have ever seen. Um anyway, I'm just saying all that to say, um baby steps, be kind with yourself, focus on the process, and you will probably surprise yourself. Uh saw someone wet their watercolor paper and then put it on a wet paper towel to stay wet. That is interesting. I haven't tried it, but I guess in theory it should work. I wonder if it would soak through to the other side, but yeah, I guess in theory it should work. I can't imagine painting that 40 by 50 inches. What is that in centimeters? Yeah, no, I've definitely never worked that big. It's like 100 centimeters by 125. Actually, I don't know about 120. Yeah, wow. My brain is still working at this time. You should join. It'll be fun. You'll see. um, yeah, our coffee is actually addictive. Like it's because everyone is so nice, and because I don't know, and also like you are my art friends. I don't have anyone else that I can talk to about art. So, you know. Oh my gosh, painted it all so far. Tutorials are interesting. I always like, yeah. I feel like tutorials, you have to find the right tutor for you. And also, I feel like I'm not the best student. I'd just rather just try myself and see what happens. Hence what I was saying at the beginning, that I just completely missed all the skills and the lessons and the wet on wet and wet on dry and glazing and whatever, because I just learnt it all by accident on my own. Oh, yeah, good. That is true. You have to create the bad in order to get to the good. You know what? I didn't actually realize, Tracy, I see your comment about Picasso. I'm not gonna put it up on my screen in case, YouTube is like, I don't know, is that a swear word? I don't know. But anyway, um, yeah, I didn't actually know that until this year. And then when I found out about it, I was like, you know what? That's why his artwork was ugly. Ugly on the inside, you know? Mm, uh my thing is, and it's not that I don't like abstract, I just don't like his abstract. Anyway, um, what I was going to say is, oh yeah, M. Harding. I have some of the colors, and I feel like I agree with Sharmak in that I feel like they're okay. They're okay. And honestly, I feel like I prefer a lot more paints than theirs, and their price point is not the same as those. Like I prefer almost all watercolor brands to theirs. Yeah, I think that's a good summary. So I prefer Daniel Smith, Remy Schmall, Schminke, Rosa Gallery. Do I have any more? Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of felt a bit disappointed by their watercolors. In that, I don't know, I thought that they would be grandiose, and then they were like, okay. And I also feel like they have quite a big drying shift. Have I done any? Did I make a video swatching them? Maybe I didn't, because I don't like, I don't know, dedicating an entire video to being negative is quite draining. But basically, I think that they're okay, but they're overpriced, and I wouldn't put their quality above other paints. And I think I was very excited about them when they came out, and then I got them, and I don't know, I like their Belladonna, but apart from that, I don't know. Like, yeah, I think I think it's okay. They're okay. I'm glad I have them. And honest, I think that part of the reason that I really like them is less so about the paints and more so because a lovely subscriber gave them to me. So I have some that I'm just struggling with my Meeden set because I keep putting in tubes that are too big for them. But it's because I want them to fit. But then we get to scenarios like this where they won't fit. So basically, and then I don't know. Um, I should just stop putting the gigantic tubes in here. I don't know why I'm fighting it. Where's my? I'm just looking to see if I can find them and switch them. Just struggling with my. Just need to put this here. It just so happened that it's a drawer that I need that was struggling to come out. So yeah, some of the colors are okay, but I wasn't blown away. Maybe I had higher expectations because of all the PR that they had done. So this is, I think I've already done the swatch of Hooker's Green, which I've shown you. I think, oh no, you haven't seen it yet. So I've made a swatching video where I swatched out some different greens. And in there I talked about it. When is that swatching video coming out? I don't know. I have a lot of videos that I want to make and publish and whatever. Like when I'd worked it out, I was like, oh yeah, I need to make 12 videos in January. Completely unrealistic. I can't do that. I can't make that many. So now they're all spread out and I will slowly edit them. So this here is Hooker's Green. Let me just swatch it out. And then I will catch up on the comments. I just go in these really weird tangents sometimes. How did we get here? So this is Hooker's Green. And my thing is, I think that they are, you can't really see it, beautiful and vibrant when they're wet, but maybe it's the drying shift that I don't like. So Hooker's Green. And then this one is Olive Green. This is, to be fair, this is nicer. But this is the thing, I always think they're nice and then they dry and I'm disappointed. But I need to watch this video and see. Maybe this one I will like. I'm confused. We shall see. So the Hooker's Green's already starting to dry. You'll see. I'm swatching greens because greens are obviously my favorites. So we have Hooker's Green on the left, and then we have Olive Green. And then on top, we have Daniel Smith's Christmas Tree Green. And I don't know if you can see that it's granulated and there's like browns and I mean, it's technically blue, but it looks green. Like you can see that you can see hints of blue, but it looks green. So there's the two there. And then yeah, let me swatch out Belladonna. Let me catch up on the chat just to make sure as I continue, and then I can continue on this completely random tangent that I've gone on. I'm thinking of trying some abstract works. I think so. We've literally been doing that on Ko-fi for the past couple of months, focusing on abstract art and intuitive art. And it's part of the reason why, let the tangents continue. It's part of the reason that I was creating, where are they? Oh yeah, here. I think I'll have to dry this. Let me dry it and then we can continue. Or maybe this will be enough to show my point. And in a separate video, I'll swatch out all the colors that I have. I'm going to mute for a second, catch up on the chat, and then, and then show you some of the abstract work that I've been working on. Hey, okay, so now they're dry. Can you see? I don't know. I don't like the drying shift. But yeah, pre-Raphaelite, again, completely correct. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I think for £3, I can get the same amount between Rosa Gallery and that will be like what, £12 Romish, £12 of Michael Harding paints, and I don't think that they are 4 times better. Like I don't think, yeah, I think they're okay, but they're not my they're not my favorites. They are not my favorites. Uh, but that's the thing that again is it's going to be different for everyone. Some people will hate Roma Schmall. I'm yet to meet them, but I'm sure that they are out there. And some people will, hate Rosa, hate other brands. Like I guess sometimes the key thing is just to try different things until you find what you love most. Tangents are not your fault, Tosi. It's literally my fault. This is like I have so many thoughts going at the same time. I don't have ADHD that I know of. However, I can definitely see I can see the signs. What did I miss about Emily Olsen? So yeah, no, so it's good to know, like, for example, that Sabi does like them. Oh, that's a good point. Greens and purples are my favorites. Both are my favorites. But I use greens so much that they're starting to win, they're starting to make their ways. But purples I love looking at more. So it's a hard love affair. Hi, Anna. I am good. How are you? I feel like it's been so long since I have done a live stream. It's been a month. Do you remember the last time I did a live stream? I was thinking about doing one every day for December, and then I did like no more. That's what I'm saying. The drying shift is too much for me. But when they are wet, they are beautiful, beautiful colors. And then when they are dry, just I just feel like they're just about okay. Belladonna I like, but I think I like it because it's purple. Um, don't get me wrong. And then also they have a nice, I think, turquoise. Like they have some. I don't know why I'm struggling. Oh no, I have the core thing, but it's in my drawer. I can't get it now. I wanted to swatch out the. Let me try with this. Yeah, okay, got it. Just about. So this is Belladonna. Which is a granulating purple. I don't know why drying shifts happen. Now that far from a watercolor expert, so I don't know how they happen. If anyone, but yeah, Belladonna here again. Like I said, everything looks stunning when it's wet. But I think Belladonna, even when it's dry, has still got something special about it. So this is it wet. This one I may, because I think it granulates. So I may not use the dryer to try and give it, the best opportunity to shine, adding lots of water as well. And we'll see how that does. And then don't have a favorite brand at the moment. Just colors that you love in each brand. I think that's a really good way to go about it. What doesn't Denise like? Oh my gosh, who hates Roman Schmall? They're lying. I'm joking. I'm joking. Who doesn't like them? I'm shocked. Tell me, tell me. Uh, is it Denise Soden doesn't like them? Maybe David, maybe. Yeah, definitely like I have so many thoughts and so many tangents. Too sticky. But what does that even mean? They're not like gloopy. They're sticky in the pans. Oh, excellent question. What does everyone think of jelly gouache? I think that I think jelly gouache is okay. I definitely prefer Roman Szmal gouache. However, I feel like if it wasn't for Himimiya gouache, I wouldn't have fallen in love with the medium and I wouldn't have started painting with Roman Szmal gouache to begin with. So I think it depends. If money is no issue, as in there's no budget, then I would skip the Himimiya gouache and just go straight for the professional gouache like the Roman Szmal. However, if you're not sure, even if you're not sure, I feel like they're nice and they're good to get your feet wet. Um, and if I don't know what I did to my paints. I got paper stuck in my half pan. Yeah, so I feel like they are nice and they're okay. And the benefit that I think comes from them is having a lot of paint. And if that is going to make you feel unrestricted in your painting, then that's a good reason to get it. So if you're like, oh, I have so much paint, so I'm just going to paint and paint and paint and paint, which is what happened for me, then go for it. But if like me, you don't have that whole thing that I had where I just felt like, I wasn't good enough to use my supplies yet. If you don't have that, then I would just go straight for Winsor and Newton if you're in the UK. Or I haven't tried Holbein, but Hamrib swears by them. So Holbein, if you are um elsewhere. I've heard Da Vinci is also good, but I haven't tried all these brands as of yet. I really want to try Da Vinci watercolors and gouache. Um, as in like no, not the water like the watercolors are good. I want to try their gouache. You like Michael Hart? Yeah, so you like different strokes with different folks. All I wanna move to the beat of just one drum. Who remembers that? Different strokes. Gary Coleman. That's the kind of TV I used to watch when I was younger. Honestly, I'm so jealous that Daniel Smith is reasonably priced near you guys. Oh, these are Michael Harding's greens. And I was just saying, I just feel like they have such a big drying shift. So I would actually go back a few minutes so that you can see them wet and then see them dry. And if you like them still, then they are the colors for you. If not, then not. So this is Hooker's green. And this is olive green. And this is Belladonna, and both of them are M. Harding. And then this is Daniel Smith's Christmas Tree Green. It's too massive to use them. Amethyst I have just got because I saw Sarah Burns's video. So that I need to open. You have the Imperial Purple, Moonlight Purple, and I have quite a few. Like, I don't know, I feel like as I'm talking about them, it sounds as if I don't like them. I do like them. As in like I do like the Michael Harding, I just don't like the drying shift. and I kind of feel like my expectations was that they would bring something to the table that is different to all the paints that we have. Whereas I feel like they are like other paints. Like Schminke have their super granulating. Daniel Smith just have for all their flaws, they're stunning colors and they're excellent quality. Roman Szmal as well, granulating, stunning quality. Um, Sennelier have their like vibrancy. Holbein has their like Holbein vibrant as well, but also like you can glaze over them and they don't have granulation. Like everyone has something somewhat special, and I feel like they were okay. Uh, no, it's not Denise. It was on someone's regret. Oh yeah, these regret videos. They flow too much. They do flow. I don't think it's too much, but they do flow. They don't flow like core though. In terms of like move with water. Yeah, you definitely. Well, I think yeah, it depends where you live, but it's definitely helpful to put them in the freezer for even 5 minutes, then remove them and take it off. Did I say Roman Szmal has gouache? I did not mean that. I mean Da Vinci gouache. Sorry. I know so many of my Kofi members keep talking about stone ground and bean paints. You guys are just tempting me with all these paints that are so far away that charge shipping. Yeah, Shinhan, I've got a few colors of them I need to try. Probably it's a Freudian slip. Yeah, whole buying gouache is expensive depending on where you are though, because I think that in Asia it's more affordable than Winsor and Newton, but I could be wrong. Do you have a whole lot of sketchbooks with blank first pages? Why, yes, I do, Jude. How did you know that? I do indeed. Um, are most of my sketchbooks? Do most of my sketchbooks have blank pages? Why, yes, they do. And you can see like the rest of the inside. Oh, hint for my Kofi members, this is a challenge that's coming. um, I mean, how long do we have now? Just a few days, but I was working on it, hence the pictures. So yeah, you can see that there's stuff inside, but the first pages are blank. I don't know why. Baby steps. No, 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 there's no gouache. There's no gouache. Terry. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's the thing. It's very much dependent on where you are in the world, which is why I sometimes feel like, if I'm talking like when I say Windsor, it makes me feel like I need to try all gouaches so that I can compare and actually say like what is the best, what is my favorite, but also just take into account that for me, Windsor and Newton gouache is used to be £4 per tube. Now it's maybe like £4.50 per tube. That's completely whereas like Schminkes is like £8. Holbein, I don't remember how much Holbein's is, but basically like it's different for me because I'm in the UK. Whereas if I was in the US, then maybe Da Vinci's gouache would have made more sense rather than the Winsor and Newton one. But I feel like if I can compare, then I can definitively say like actually irrespective of like for the £2 difference or the $2 difference, Winsor and Newton is better or Holbein is better or all that. I don't know yet. Oh, did I miss that? I saw the Da Vinci. I saw that they had watercolors, but not the gouache. Oh yeah, you've told me. Yeah, yeah, the watercolors. I've tried the watercolors. Shannon sent me some. My no, what am I saying? Renee sent me some. She's a Kofi member. I'm sorry, Miss Avenue, I missed it. I missed the stress. Okay. Yeah, so can you see this is the belladonna? It didn't granulate. So my bad. I don't know whether I got why I thought it would. But yeah, so to me, like it's just my main issue is just the drying shift, I guess. Uh but then again, I guess I use gouache and that has a drying shift. But I feel like because there are alternatives, so many watercolors that don't have such a significant drying shift, I'm okay with this. Stone ground is gorgeous. Stone ground is there was like a solid month, right? Where everyone on Kofi on Asha was talking about stone ground and showing the pictures of like their gouache, like in the beautiful pans. And I was like, I must resist. I must resist. Yes, that's what got me interested in Shinhan again. The fact that Sarah Burns likes them as well. Do you pre-Raphaelite, you always come with questions that go straight for the jugular. Do you think that people are just watercolor collectors, or some people genuinely think certain watercolor brand will help them paint better? I think it's a mix. I think someone said to me that collecting art supplies and using them are two different hobbies, and I think that is true. I don't think. Yeah, I think that is true. I think I love both hobbies. So I love collecting watercolors, and I also um, love painting. Um, but do I think I don't know. I feel like sometimes when I see certain artists paint and use different supplies, I then feel like if that artist loves it, then I like for example with Sarah Burns, when I saw, oh, actually she likes Shinhan, in my head, I'm then like, I should use Shinhan and my art will be better. But I don't know. I think that also there's that thing of just wanting to find paints that are the right fit for you. Um, I think in part that's why people want to try different things because you want to know definitively whether these are the paints that you like and these are the paints that are going to be for you. At least for me, that is the case. And I think also for me, I think actually for me, I'll take it one step further and say if I didn't have a YouTube channel, um, I probably wouldn't feel that pressure as much in terms of the fact that if I didn't have a YouTube channel, I would probably just paint with Winsor and Newton gouache and leave it at that. I wouldn't try the rest. I would probably just paint with Roman Szmal and Daniel Smith, and I wouldn't try any others or go any further. But because I do, I kind of feel like I get a lot of questions, and I feel like a sense of responsibility to have some sort of opinion or to answer or to be some sort of help. But yeah, if I didn't have a YouTube channel, then probably I would have stopped with less because I feel content with Roman Szmal. So I don't feel like I'm missing out. And I also feel content with Winsor and Newton. However, because I know that quite a lot of people watch from different places in the world and they kind of want to know, and it's not that expensive, for me to get a few tubes and try. I feel like let me get a few tubes and try. But yeah, definitely both, and I love both. um. Oh, so do you do the same thing? Yeah, I I am notoriously bad for it. I don't even know why. Like but it is the case. My last video, actually, which Miss Ebony had pointed out I was making up for, because the last two videos I've made have been, they haven't, in theory, they're technically not short videos. They're just a lot shorter than what I normally make. So the last one I think was 10 minutes, and the one before I think was like 12 minutes. But obviously, for me, usually I make like a lot longer videos, as you can probably see from this live stream. But in the last video that I made, I painted this. So I find it funny because obviously I'm like, here I've painted this Etchr sketchbook, and I've kind of highlighted how I did that and what worked and what didn't. But in a nutshell, if you're going to do this, use gesso. Acrylics work better than watercolors. Pit pens work well. Neocolor twos kind of work, and then I sealed it with PVA glue. But I put fixative first because I had used water soluble mediums, and I kind of thought if I put PVA glue over that, it's just going to reactivate everything. And yet, the first page is blank. But actually, it's like the first page that's connected to this, so I feel like I can get away with it because then my technical first page is actually done. So this is one of the few sketchbooks that I have done a proper first page. Did I start this? I think I started this just at the end of December, and it's one of the new square Etcher sketchbooks. So yeah. Hey, gods and heroes, welcome. It's always nice to see you. And where's Stone Ground from? Stone Ground is from Canada. There is no watercolor brand that will help you paint better. No, but there are watercolor brands that you may like more and you may use more. And then you may paint better. And also, yeah, I don't know, like, I think when it comes to professional grade watercolors, there isn't going to be like a crazy difference in quality. But if you're talking about like, I started with major brushes, which were trash, and then I moved up to Cotman and Van Gogh, which were a lot better. And then I moved up to Roman Szmal, which was wildly better, and Daniel Smith. And I feel like since I like Daniel Smith and Roman Szmal, which were the first, I guess, professional ones that I was using, the others I have enjoyed, but haven't beat them. But for some, they won't like that. Mm, yeah, and I think that's fine. Some of us just like to collect pigments, and I think that's totally fine. Why not? There are worse vices. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, you found that Winsor and Newton is the best consistency and revives really well. Yeah, I just really like it. I haven't used M. Graham because it's quite expensive to get here. And I just keep hearing people talking about how sticky it is and then honey mold. And I was just like, you know what, I don't need to delve into that. I feel like enough people have used it and loved it that and made reviews on it that it's fine. Daniel Smith, I need to try. I have them. I just need to actually just sit down and paint. But I go through phases of different things that I want to paint. And right now I'm in a watercolor phase. Is that true to say? Am I? Yes, I feel like I am in a watercolor phase. If I look back, yeah, I am in a watercolor phase. I'm like, what have I been painting? So right now I'm going with it. And at some point that will change. And all of a sudden, all I want to do is paint with gouache. And at that point, I'll bring out all the different gouache that I have and I'll compare. Hmm. Sorry. Yeah, I think that's a good point. Buy the watercolor that is closest to you geographically because they're the same. And I think that is true. And then I would say that if you want to add to that, you then look at specific special colors from different brands. Um, and what I mean by that is that, for example, if you then like, if for example, you start off with Romish Mall and then you realize you really like some super granulating colors, then you might look at Schminke and get those special colors. I don't know why my voice is dropping octaves. Hold on. Is that better? Yeah, I feel like sounding more like me. Yeah, so then like you can get the Schminke, and then if, for example, you realize that or you like Serpentine Genuine from Daniel Smith, then you get that. But I feel like if you fall into it's easier to fall into the trap of buying the same sets where you're basically buying the same split primaries from different brands and you won't see that much of a significant difference between them. And then once you are more confident in your art or or I mean, this is all like based on budget. If you have no budget, go wild. Do what you want. Um, but then after that, I think you can kind of pick up on different nuances, on different colors or different qualities that you want, and kind of go from there. Mm, mhm, mhm, mhm. Oh, you're preparing a few orders when you're in the UK. I'd say, yeah, Ken Bromley is good for some of the things. Art Miranda is also very good to check out. Uh, In-person stores, there's Cassart, which has a if you're going to be in London, they have a really big store, just in case you want to walk around inside a store and look around and stuff. Um, and there are some other shops, but those 3 are the ones that I've in terms of Jackson's, Art Miranda, and Cassart are the main ones that I've gone to. Ken Bromley I've also bought from. That's where I got, some gouache from. Very good. Yeah, I also became a collector. Hey, Anna. Uh, yeah, need a gouache comparison video. To be fair, Sarah Burns has done one, but I did want to do one as well. I haven't used them as of yet in terms of used all of them at any true depth, but I have Winsor& and Newton, I have Daniel Smith, Holbein, Shinhan, Schminke Designer, and Schminke Student. And what I wanted to do was put them all on all on palettes that look the same. Would that make sense? Yeah, I wanted to put them all on palettes that look the same and label them underneath and then paint and make my assessments based on that. So A, B, C, D, E, E, and rank it. And then, so basically, almost do like a blind study, like a double blind study where I'm doing the paintings and everything. And obviously, I'll have some sort of assumption as to what colors are what, but I will try my best to not check, not look, and whatever, and then kind of see what assessments I make when I don't know what is what and what I like, and hope that I like Winsor& and Newton the most because that's the most affordable for me, or Shinhan, and hope that I don't fall in love with uh Schminke's professional range. Mm, and let me see. You love the color range, yeah. I've seen when I say in that month, I was struggling not to buy, especially because they look so beautiful, like in the pans. But we'll see. I paint, therefore I collect. It should be Ash's slogan. And Asha, by the way, is like Art Supply Hoarders Anonymous, which is like a little channel that we have on our Ko-fi, which is why I keep saying that. I agree. uh, Let me see. Sorry, I'm just catching up on the chat. Oh, yeah, see, Sherry, I'm avoiding fountain pens for this very reason, in that I have my Lamy Safari, and that is where it stops. I'm not looking at inks, I'm not looking at anything else because it is like a deep hole that I can see myself easily being sucked into because I obviously the colors look so beautiful. I remember creating cute art has fallen down this rabbit hole and also really loves fountain pens, especially, and the inks. And I told her, I can't follow you with this. I can't because I cannot afford to fall in love with another hobby as much as I have fallen in love with art and art supplies. I can't do it. So I'm not even looking at it. And the Messy Desk has created on our Discord. You should go and check out a page full of the shopping adventures from today or yesterday now. Full set syndrome. Yeah, I should do that. I was thinking I should like also maybe add my contact details at the front just to make sure that, the it's okay. Oh, I was talking about I don't know if Tracy's still here, but I was gonna show her my abstract pieces. I'll show all of you my abstract pieces, and that is because I've just really been enjoying the freedom that comes from creating abstract art and having very low expectations on what it's actually going to look like and turn out like. So these are abstract grids, and I think which ones? I did some as real-time painting. So I did this, I think, on a live stream for Kofi, and then some swatching, some more swatching. Oh, then this these two. So I'd done like the leftover from jelly plates and then went back another time and actually did these two abstract pieces, which again I really like. I love this one. I actually made it like a mini art print and sent it to my Kofi members. And let's ignore these. What's the rest? Oh yeah, then what came first? Yeah, then made these, and then so I basically got these Jackson's acrylics and and didn't quite like them. So I decided to mix them with other acrylics and to mix them with each other, to mix them with acrylic inks, to mix my own bottles of little acrylics that I could then use in the abstract art as well. So these are the colors that I ended up making. Oh no, is it frozen again? Okay, it's back. These are the colors that I ended up making. And then from there, again, I did some more abstract pieces like this. And I don't know, like it's just been a very, very fun and therapeutic thing to do. So I recommend it, creating intuitive art. And yeah, like this as well, I really like. And I remember the messy desk picked out the colors for this. This I did very randomly, and I feel like some of them I like end up really loving, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a complete finished piece. But the aim of it isn't to do a finished piece; it's just to have fun, to enjoy the process, turn on some music, have a nice drink, and just create. And if the results at the end are somewhat decent, then that's great. And if they're not, that's fine because I have enjoyed the process. So it's been a great way to break away from. I need to do something here, obviously. Oh, I wonder. No, maybe. I don't know. I wonder if I could just do like, just like a little tree line. Just leave it there. Leave it be. Um, but yeah, anyway, so it's been really nice experimenting with abstract art this this past month. Oh, I painted the cover. I know I was, but the beauty of the cover is that if it didn't work, I could just gesso over the whole thing, which in theory I guess stands true for the paper too. But I don't know why I don't paint the first page. Oh, you start at the back of the sketchbook. Then do you start at the back and then go to the front, or you start at the back and work back to front? I'm curious because I even tried one book just working out of chronological order. It's interesting. As in like just jump, like open a page and create, open a page and create. I think I'll continue doing that for that sketchbook, but I don't know, I like having chronological order because I like seeing the progression and the change with time. Also love Igalo. Haven't tried them yet. Oh, thank you, Dana. Um, yeah, not bad for a doctor. I always try to make it legible. Somewhat legible. Mm, actual particles of the paint show up. For which paints are you talking about, Shelley? I love that word. My watercolor collection could have their own seat at the UN with all the locations they come from. Oh gosh. Uh, no, in a water soluble phase. I am in that phase too. Although, well, yeah, Well, I feel like I slowly somehow started transitioning out of the acrylic phase into the water soluble watercolor phase, and I don't know how it happened or when. Um, but it's where I'm at now. Mm. Ah, you think I love M. Graham? I know, but I don't want to fall in love with something that's going to frustrate me and be messy. But then again, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll try. Yeah, I agree, gods and heroes. Thank you for that tip. Yeah, I add clove oil to my gouache as well. Um, and thankfully I haven't had any issue with mold with with any of them. Thank goodness. I know, Miss Ebony, but you know, when it rains it pours. In for a penny, in for a pound. Yeah, that's the saying. In for a penny, in for a pound. Yeah, you should go choosing keeping as well. It's that's a very good suggestion, Laurie. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Art supply not so anonymous. Deep, deep hole. Wait, I missed so much of the chat. How am I so far behind? Who? Picasso's blue period. Me? Oh, you're more than welcome, Tracy. You love the circles. Oh, sorry, I missed that. I just missed so much. I'm so sorry. You start at the back and work to the front of the sketchbook. Oh, that's interesting. Because I guess I mean that could work because it's still in chronological order in terms of like you're working backwards, and then there's no. Maybe I'll try that. I mean, I've tried one that's in a completely random order, so why not try one that's in chronological backwards? Do you know what? I said that because I saw it in a video. Someone was talking about YouTubers, art YouTubers and things, and one of the things that they said was like, you know, these art tubers will tell you that they're a doctor, but are they really? And I was like, are there many art YouTubers that say that they are doctors? Or is it me? Is it me? Um, but I don't know. I don't think they were talking about me. I don't see why they would say anything about me. But yeah, so I was like, is that me? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I'm an obstetrician, so I deliver babies, do sections, all that good stuff. Vlog myself in theatre. What a surefire way to get fired. They would, and yeah, I can't. Well, yeah, no, I can't. I can't. I would like. I don't even take. Oh, mate, but she's got a PhD though. She never said she was a medical doctor, did she? No, she's got a PhD, right? I assume that it was a PhD doctor, but I don't. Yeah, I feel like I remember talking about. If I'm wrong, disregard. But I feel like I remember her talking about PhD. Um. Oh, okay. So maybe they weren't throwing shade at me at all. I was like, why would they? Why would they talk about me? What did I do to you? Uh, Someone told me about the Twisby. I don't know how to say it. The Twisby. They were saying that it's really nice, really good. Might be a pen that I enjoy for urban sketching. But now, like this is what I'm using. My Lamy Safari, which I keep running out of ink on, so I need to refill it at some point. Just carry it with a converter, and it is the fine nib, and it is lovely. Good morning, John. Yeah, yeah, she's lovely. I don't know. It was just like a really odd like I was watching this video and then they were like, these art YouTubers will tell you they're a doctor, but how do you know? And I was like, she's talking about me. But you know what? It's funny, even though it's in the name, I had forgotten about Dr. Takano. Okay, so fine. It could be either one of us that apparently we've done something. Yeah, quite a few people said the Twisbies. So I might post low buy. That might be something that I get. Why didn't I get it? Something stopped me. Was it the price or is it where it was from? I think I looked on Amazon, I couldn't see it, and I gave up my search. Really, Sherry, that's so sweet. I feel like I couldn't I can take your pens. But kind of. Yeah, I don't know, but tell me what you like about them, because quite oh, I'm saying it right, Twisby. Thank you, the messy desk. And thank you, Sherry. That's very kind of you. Oh, maybe that's what's swaying people, the incapacity, because it is quite like I said, this I run out of all quite a lot. But I can't get a bigger converter, can I? I think yeah, I can't get can I? No, can't get a bigger converter. So we're pretty much like, why did they have to make this twisty thing so gigantically long? Could have made it smaller and then I could have more ink. You have 2 lammies, 2 Twisbies, and 2 bent nibs. I have 1 bent nib that I barely use, which is a damn shame, and 1 safari. But yeah, I do want to try the Twisbies. Now I'm kind of tempted. Oh, see, everyone's like, I feel like you guys are trying to pull me into this, fountain pen love. Oh, but it's different here in the UK. Well, in the UK, I don't know. Like, correct. I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think in Canada, do doctors deliver all babies, and the US, or do midwives deliver babies? Because here, I am only involved if there's a problem. Usually, penablers. Do I have an Amazon wish list? Um, I did. I did, but then I emptied it. As in, like, I got rid of it. I didn't fully understand how it would work. so so I emptied it. Uh I will check in the pilot food. Oh, see, that's the thing. I wanted to try the food nibs because I kind of feel like I really like the line variation that you can get. I feel like that makes it really fun. The Twisby I wanted to try just because everyone keeps telling me they love it. The Lamy Safari, it's funny, there was a subscriber who really loved the Lamy Safari. So almost every other video they would tell me, have you got the Lamy? Have you got the Lamy? Have you got the Lamy? And in the end I got the Lamy. um oh, oh, both doctors and midwives can deliver. Okay, fine, yeah. Yeah, so here, hold on, let me just cough because I sound like a oh, is it gone? Yeah. So here, midwives usually do the deliveries unless there's some sort of issue, or of course, unless I'm doing a cesarean section, in which case I come in. Mm, that would be maybe I will up, but is the Twisby on Amazon? I feel like I looked on Amazon and I could not see it. That was the problem I was having. I'll look into it because I saw V today as well posted like Amazon gift cards. Like she'd put a link where you can send gift cards, and I was like, I hadn't thought of that. Um, But oh, thank you so much for joining, Shari, and thank you so much for the kind offer of the pens. Okay, how about I've got my email in my about. If you email me, then I'll send you the address, and then I'll try it. But no pressure. Like don't feel pressure because you've said it on a live stream. Like don't worry if life comes up. Oh, so where'd you get the Twisby from? Mm. Pineapple is activated. Yeah, both. Oh, okay. Yeah. Lots of Twisbys on Amazon. So I must have been looking at the wrong place. Maybe I spelt it wrong. Bye, Shari. Thank you so much for joining and sleep well. Enabler shield activated. Can you imagine? I feel like it's too late now. Like I'm too deep, way too deep now. But I should actually go to sleep. I feel like I basically came on to chat with you. I feel bad because I'm like, oh, I didn't actually do that much swatching or that much painting, but I just really miss chatting with you. So that's what we did. And I hope that you have enjoyed that as well. It's funny because I'm like, how can I even do timestamps for this? And be like, so actually, what this was is 3.5 hours of us chatting and looking at some paint and then chatting some more. But no, it was needed, and hopefully, this will accompany someone while they paint or do something. And I really appreciate you guys being oh yeah, this is another painting. Really appreciate you guys being here and chatting with me and the kind offers for the pens and all your support. A special thank you to all my Kofi members because honestly, you're keeping this channel running. I can guarantee I would have quit last year if it wasn't for you. So special thank you. And yeah, I guess I will see you guys next week. Probably not on a live stream, but I'll see you on a video. So thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, then don't forget to hit the like button. And until next time, thank you all so much. Oh, if you're still watching till the end, whether on replay or live, kudos if it's on replay because you're a soldier as well. Then tell me a Roman Szmal color, or doesn't it can be a different brand, but a color that you like in the description, just to help us all out while we are exploring our colors and growing our collections or shrinking them. Thank you all so much, and I will see you next time. Good night, and thank you. Oh, honestly, you have made my night. Um, thank you. It's been a rough week, but you've made it so much better. So thank you all so much for being here. And special shout out to my mod, Miss Ebony, for keeping this going as well. And yeah, happy new year to all of you. Thank you all so much. And enjoy hemming your curtains, Tracy. Hopefully see you on Kofi. Good night. And until next time. Bye. See you. All colors.